This druid's gonna be like resto specs ideally, or are they gonna be playing Bruni?
Resto.
Okay.
Resto swords. So that's
Okay.
kind of the. Let's see how they go.
Is he so? It's like he's daggers. I see a torturing poker.
Daggers? Yeah. True.
I remember that. My first Twink was the 29 actually back in Lich King. Either BC or Lich King.
Daggers are pretty big. Well, no, actually, back in the days, a lot of people were swords more than daggers.
Yeah, I had an ambush rogue back in Lich King, and it was a lot of fun.
It is fun.
Alright, so Mage Lock. I'm very curious to see how they play this.
I don't know how to make the screen bigger, like fully.
I think somewhere there should be a maximize button somewhere. It's kind of weird on Discord sometimes. Alright, so the double stealth coming out. So Druids have stealth at this bracket, which is fucking nice.
Yeah,
Cat
which
form.
is really good.
Yeah, F-Seeing looks fun at this bracket.
He's almost got him. Did you see that?
Yeah, it was very close, very close. The Rain of Fire and the Blizzard is coming out, trying to pull both of them here.
Oh, jeez.
Rebol's kind of feeling trapped right now. I don't know how they know where he's at, but he seems like
Yeah.
he doesn't even feel invisible right now. They're all over him.
They're playing
Looks like Entrox is going to get the sap here onto Attrition. Oh, he's just going to go for the sheep. Just opens immediately. Moonfire coming out as well. Big damage on that opener.
Oh, he's going to get sheep. He's going to get sheep and end.
Probably onto Entrox. Just Druid can't dispel magic in TBC at all, right? Nature's Grasp on Rebol, trying to get this pet off him.
That was smart. Got the dot on. Can't first aid yet.
There's Will and Sprint coming out of Entrox. Gouges the mage. Mage Trinket Novas. Immediately gets out of that though.
Managed it. Oh, he's chasing down hard.
Ooh, good poly. Attriction's probably going to go down to dots here. There's the lock sacrifice pet.
Yeah. They just need
Fear out onto Entrox. Rebol just going for the sprint, just full sending it in cat form here. Gonna try to finish him off.
He doesn't want him to first aid.
Yeah.
No, they got him. I think
Entrox pops Gnomish Boots. AGM coming out though, following up his lock shield there.
Oh, nice, Frost Nova, dude.
Nova coming out. Entrox gets out though. Still has that. Dude, those boots last a long time.
Oh my gosh, he's still alive.
He's live lording right now with these shields.
Oh my gosh, dude. How if he gets a first aid, a couple of ticks, he needs.
No, I think he's gonna get it, man. Ancient should be able to peel here. Rebol's taking a lot of damage. Has to pull back himself. Actually pops his own AGM.
Guy Gex, bro.
Attrition had a dot on him. Man, that.
Oh no, they're keeping the dots. He needs a first aid between ticks. I don't know what. I'm pretty sure I haven't sent him first aid, right? So it's.
No, he used it. Attrition used first aid there, and a dot broke it, so he's got a full minute on that. Rebol I don't know how I feel about the AGM coming out of Rebol there. He was like at the point where he could have LOS'd, and I think that AGM was kind of.
Yeah.
A little. Being a little too safe there.
This Gygax's doing really well, keeping him at bay from the Warlock. Like, they should just play out the minute. There's no rush on the Mage Warlock team.
I mean, that's Entangle though.
This is really smart.
Yeah, see, Druid not having magic
Oh.
spells is going to make this very hard for the Rogue to really pressure.
He needs to get eyes. The Mage needs to get eyes right now.
Drake's going to go for a full Voidwalker here too. He's going to have another sack pet available to him.
This is huge. Oh, he got it! Oh,
Good sap by Entrox.
No. This is it, bro. Pillar, dude. Pillar, run. He's doing a great job pillaring.
Good polys.
Oh, he got the good poly on the road, dude. That was amazing.
This Entangle, though, is going to allow Entrox to potentially reconnect here. Oh, no. He gets out of it.
Oh, nice resheep. This is... Gygax is doing extremely well.
Rebol gets a fresh Moonfire up, though, before he lands the pillar here.
Get the eyes, guys. Get the eyes. Yes, nice. First aid. Okay, they're back in it now. They're back in it. This is interesting.
Very good. Very, very nice job by Attrition to live there, and Ancient just to fucking peel for him for quite a while there. Yeah, I mean, like I said, the Druid not having magic dispel is going to make it very hard for the Rogue to really push through this mage to get to the Warlock.
He's getting the roots up. Oh, counted.
CS on the Rebol.
Aggressively. The mage is going aggressively. Mage is playing smart. You get it?
Nova
nice
on
Nova on the Rogue. Yeah,
Poly's Entrox. It looks like Rebol is going to be the kill target here, since those sheeps aren't going to be able to stick on the Druid.
Dude,
a lot of pressure on the Rebol.
Yeah, a lot of pressure, dude. This is crazy. Oh, got the gouge. Okay, they're going the mage. AGM'd. Alright, blinked. Okay, Red Bull's still got a lot of mana. You got the sheep. You're going to get the fear off it, and they're going to put a lot of pressure on Red Bull. After this, yep.
Well, curious as to why Red Bull's not just topping himself here. I'm not sure what he's...
Yeah.
I'm not sure if he's...
He's dotted. He's probably dotted, eh? Because he's dotted murder?
Yeah, why not just cast? Why not cast, though? Is he... It must be really favoring that mana. I'm not sure. He's sitting low HP in favor of just kind of doing nothing there. Gets the root out onto Attrition. I think he is just going to bait for a bandage here.
Yep, here it is. There you go. Saving mana. That's
definitely
smart.
Trying to preserve. Entrox just sitting the full Nova. Again, it's very hard for him to do much against this Frost Mage without these Dispels. Full Poly going to Entrox, and now Mage Locker just going to push into the Rebull here.
Oh, no. They're going hard, bro. They're going hard. Oh, no. Red Bull just needs to live. Oh, you got the fear. This is big. Oh, my God. Are they going to get it? Oh, my gosh. Frost Nova? The Warlock needs to fear the Rogue. He could have feared him. I'm just surprised he didn't. They think maybe they think they get the kill. Maybe that's what it is. Oh my gosh, Ancient Lith is just
Rebull trinketing that fear there.
Yeah.
Just trying to get a regrowth out on himself. Has to keep lining this mage though for the CS.
Oh my
gosh, he's just gonna go down here. He's gonna get feared. I think this is gonna be it for Rebull. Mage blinking in aggressively here, and does get the finish with the Arcane Explosion.
Wow.
2v1 scenario, and I don't think Entrox is gonna be able to do much here against Mage Lock. It's gonna be very brutal.
No, this is it. This is game. Gygax, bro. Let's just see if I can make this bigger for everyone.
Restriction getting the full bandage here behind Pillar, and honestly, it's going to be very tough for Rogue to do anything against Mage alone, let alone Mage Lock.
That's it, man. That's it. It's game. It's game.
That was a really good game by Ancient and Restriction there. Really nice job for them getting that reset. Warlock got insane value out of his pet sack and then into AGM. Like he maximized full value out of that pet sack shield and then AGM'd at the end of it without like any overlap. And he was sitting at very low HP, so it was very impressive that he was able to manage both of those shields like that and get huge value. He did have an upsetting bandage usage, but he was able to just kite for the full minute with Ancient peeling for him there. Rogue getting a lot of pressure onto Ancient here, though. Crippling is hitting him now. Entrox with the AGM, but does get Frostbit procced. Throw weapons and it misses. Oh my goodness. Fear going out onto Entrox. Will it Forsaken. Gets Nova. That was
nice Frost Nova.
Gets the throw. Wow.
He still might die.
3% and he does get LOS.
Oh my gosh, bro.
Dude, that was such an unfortunate set of things to happen to Entrox there. That was very unlucky.
Oh. Wow.
He got Frostbit procced and then the throw weapon missed. That is like that's so disappointing.
I would say for the Mage and the Warlock, they can't get caught into their game and playing pillars too much. They've got to make sure they leave some space playing at the bottom and not get caught up in Rogue doing what he wants, you know, but also being aggressive at the same time, right? There's that line of being too aggressive and not aggressive enough, and this is, one of those times where you can't, you know.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, the Mage Lock just want to be able to pull the Rogue out into the open as much as possible and just control him and then push it on the Druid. It's actually, I mean, Mage Lock team's doing a very nice job at doing just that. The Rogue can't really deal with these Novas, with these Polys, and the Druid can't really help him. The Druid at that point just has to kind of fend for himself and just wait till the Rogue comes out of those CCs. It's pretty unfortunate without the Druid Dispel there, without the Mage Dispel, or Magic Dispel, sorry. They can just control the Rogue and just full throttle the Druid. Actually, what races are these guys? Undead. Okay. So no perception on the Mage Lock team, so Rogue should be able to net kind of whatever opener he wants in these games, as long as he doesn't get pulled out by the Rain of Fire or the Blizzard.
I mean, Warlock Mage has so multiple ways of getting him out as well, which is, you know, can't count on Gygax, you know. He has a good sense for where people are. Okay, the guy in the back. Pre-sacking, so they're waiting for the sack and they'll probably open. So Gygax probably knows they're behind. Yeah, see? He's now blizzarding the ramp. Go the other... That's what he does. He knows they're back there. He's sniffing it. Oh, almost got Ent.
That was insanely close. Yep. Baiting with the drink there. Tries to get the little jump back.
Oh, he
Nova
got him. He got him.
gets him out,
He
but
got
throws a
him.
gouge on him out of that. Not going to get the
Yeah.
cheap opener like he wants. Gets
Yeah,
Nova.
yeah.
Just going to throw a weapon here while he's going to take some damage. Rebol's still staying in stealth, though.
Straight onto him. Going straight onto him. Yeah, see that? Oh, first aid. Nice.
That's the first aid. Nice first aid. Full
Nice.
heals himself on this open. Going to cold going out.
Yeah.
And Trox just keeping slice and dice up from hitting this pet here. Rebol, though, still sitting in stealth. Hasn't opened yet.
Yeah. He's I think he might.
And Trox sprint into the Frostbolt. Gets Nova'd as well. Trinkets gets frostbitten, hitting the mage here. Unfortunate for him. Taking a lot of damage. Rebol comes out of stealth.
I think he countered him, dude.
Yep.
Countered the druid. Huge, bro. Oh my gosh, dude.
Rebroth gonna get onto Introx here, but he's gonna take
Oh my gosh, he has to AGM. I think.
Stomp coming out. Yo, Attrition is in trouble here. Warlock Sack coming out. AGM following that. Drain Life coming out into Introx as he's LOS. Rebol just trying to top him here.
Nice
Throws for Juve.
Nice loss, Red Bull.
Good gouge by Ancient. They should be able to top him here, but we shall see.
Yeah. I think they're fine. Now,
Mage does have CS back up.
Okay, and I'll get the eye.
Shark's gonna get a full bandage. Yep.
As the mage, I fall back and get the eye right now.
Doesn't get the full bandage there though. Attrition gonna get a full Voidwalker out here while Ancient just buys time 1v2.
This is good. Yeah, he's keeping him slowed. Okay, I think he's falling back. He kind of knows this griefing. Great job keeping the rogue out of stealth.
Ancient goes for a bandage, doesn't get any ticks there. Rebol just throws in the Moonfire to make sure. Ancient is going for the Evo. Fear onto Rebol. It looks like it just broke there. He still has his trinket up. Rebol and Ancient still have trinkets here.
Good eyes on the mage. Red Bull, it's got pretty good mana still, half mana. That's still enough to do stuff. Killing the Void. Okay, there you go. Nice Frost Nova. Good charge stun for the poly by Red Bull.
Gouge on to Ancient. Entrox going to go for the Warlock again. Hits a kick on the lock. Immediately gets poly though by Ancient. And now they're just going to full down, drop down onto Rebol. Rebol, AGM coming out here.
Oh my god.
He's going to pop dash and just try to LOS. Gets feared on the dash though. Gets feared out of the open. Trinkets.
Gosh.
So there's that trinket coming out of Rebol here. Should get across the map and be able to top himself. But now it's going to be a 2v1. Double, like Warlock Mage on top of this Rogue. They might still keep pressing the Druid though. I want to see this Druid top himself here, but he's been very conservative with his mana.
The Warlock's smart. The Warlock's chasing him down, so he can't.
Gets the first aid. Should be fine now.
Yeah, it's a reset. Right.
I mean, nice job by Rebol to live there, but Mage Lock did get dash and trinket out of Rebol there, and now it's just a full reset again. So next time that happens, they're not gonna have much for it. Cheap shot going out onto Attrition, but Poly just peeling him insta, and there's nothing they can really do about that.
Fear the Rogue. Yep, nice.
Yep, Rogue's completely out of the play now. Rebol again, gonna have to fight for his life here while he just waits out his Rogue CC.
The Warlock, I'd get a first aid soon if he can. It's kind of critical. And the Rogue's going into the Warlock. Geiger's peeling back for him. Nice. He kept him out with the wand. Gouge on the Mage. Nice fear. Alright, let's see what they do here. So, they're not going to drop. They don't want to commit yet.
I'm not sure why Rebol doesn't just go for a re-stealth here and just kind of reposition himself. But just kind of comes out in the open, takes a Frostbolt. I'm not really sure what he's feeling here, but
I think that might drop.
Bear forms back into Pillar. Maybe trying to get the Warlock to commit down, I guess.
There we go. He committed. They're chasing him now.
Smash onto Lock, gonna be stunned DR'd. Rogue just, again, gonna keep getting controlled by this Mage. Poly's into Frostbolt.
I gotta admit, he's doing really good at keeping the Rogue, locked up. Is preventing them pushing on the Warlock.
Oh yeah. It looks like the Mage and Lock are just trying to fish for an opportunity here. CS onto Rebol. Does line the fear though.
Okay, they're gonna put up pressure on him now. This is really smart, dude.
Full fear onto Entrox, into Frostbolt, into Poly. Rebol just trying to fight for his life. He's gonna take a lot of Frostbolts here, and Warlock's just trying to push in, maybe get a fear and pull him off this pillar. Frostbite proc. Rebol just shifting as much as he can, just to try to stay line of sight of this Warlock.
He's just abusing the hell out of the bloody druid. He's gonna get feared again off that. Yeah, geez, and it's getting locked up hard. But that's not much chase there. I think it's DRing now, so they gotta.
Yeah, Introx gonna have to. We're gonna need some big peels out of Introx here, but looks like he's just gonna take another DR'd poly into a DR'd fear. His DR should be coming up here though. He's gotta make big plays here to keep Rebull alive.
Yeah, I would DR fear Ent right now.
Full Nova though, going out into Introx, and probably out of this, his DRs are gonna be reset soon. I think Introx is gonna be Rebull's gonna be in trouble, and Introx is gonna get full CC'd again here. Rebull shifting cat, getting some LOS.
Trying to throw regrowth. Again. Oh my gosh! Dude, they're going.
AGM coming out of Ancient here. Introx trying to put damage in. Gets polyed and fear. They do overlap a DR'd poly with a full fear here, but he's gonna sit the full fear out.
He's gone for the Warlock. He's gone in. Oh no! I'll get first aid tick if I was the mage.
Warlock pops gnome boots and just runs up on top of bridge. And Trox gets a re-stealth. Rebull pops his boots as well. Just tries to apply pressure on the Warlock here.
He wasted boots, man. I don't think it was necessary.
I think he's just trying to stop the. He's trying to make sure he doesn't get bandage off here.
Yeah.
He's gonna get.
But he's got the eyes now. Oh, he's going in.
He gets full.
Oh no, he fell back. He fell back. The rogue fell back. Nice poly on the rogue. Ah. Oh.
Man, I feel bad for the rogue. It's so brutal for him. And this matchup is going to be very, very, very tough on Introx, and it's like
can't do much.
They're really like Introx and Rebull really just gonna have to hug pillar and just like make them be too aggressive and just try to make a play off it. But Introx is getting caught out in the open, and once he's in the open, he can never play the game again. So he's really gonna have to hug this pillar with Rebull and just make them commit in and hit like an open, like maybe get a re-stealth here and just try to cheap them when they push it on the pillar.
Don't waste too much mana. Mage is kind of low on mana. Yeah, smart. He's falling back. This is good. You gotta keep moving.
I mean, Mage Lock respecting the rogue stealth right now as they should.
And you got a spare eye, so they probably realize that.
I mean, if I'm Rebull, I'm going for a drink right now. I'm not sure. Mage grabs eyes.
Yeah.
I don't know. Rebull should be drinking in my opinion here.
He can't drink, remember? Arenas that can't drink.
Oh, can they not?
He can sit, yeah, only 70s.
Ah, wow, that's...
unless you're a mage.
Did not know that. Okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense then.
Okay, they're applying pressure again. Attrition's doing really well to not get caught by the rogue, because he knows that if he sat down there too long, the Entrox would have gone in him. He's just going in and out on the druid. It's actually pretty good.
It's hard, man, because the rogue needs to play, like... He needs to play to, like, get these cheaps in a location where he can still line either the lock or the mage. Problem is, though, as he's doing this, the mage lock are respecting the stealth, and they're just going to slowly whittle away Rebull here, and it's just a 1v2 that's just going to work on Rebull's either health or mana bar. Kind of for free. Rebull can't really do anything about it, and it's up to Introx to find, like, a good opportunity here.
Oh, he got the eye too late.
Just the cheap on the eye here, so he's going to take increased damage if it works like retail. Poly out into Introx, though. Rebull is still trying to top himself. Doesn't put any dots up on Attrition here. Introx going to get Frost bolted out of that poly. Frostbitten gets stuck up top. Rebull still under pressure. Ancient Lich going to drop down. Fear going on to Rebull. Yeah. Really bad fear pathing for him. Puts him right in the line of Ancient. Dash coming out from the Druid. Takes a lot of damage there, though.
Oh my gosh. They're smart for the walk to go back the other way. He knew that he was going to get caught by the... Very smart. Very smart. This Warlock is doing well. They're trying to finish him off. Oh, and got the
Gouge on the Ancient Lich. Introx gets feared though. Can't really make anything out of it. Will of the Forsaken coming out. Still slowed by the mage though.
Nice.
Rebull trying to line. Fear gonna go out onto Introx.
Okay, they're gonna apply a lot.
Man, if the rogue can get an open on something here, they can.
It's nasty. Well, you got to admit that the mage and the walk in a precarious position.
Right here. Here we go. Ooh, very fucking nice Nova by Ancient there. That's actually like.
Oh my
really gross. If Introx hits that cheap on Attrition there, he might have a chance to do something with it. If he can maybe use this pillar for LOS.
Am I going to do something with this?
If I'm Rebull, I would be full running an Attrition right now, just making sure he stays dotted. Looks like he might get the full bandage here, though. Evo coming out from Ancient as well. Man.
Man. They got it. Now the Warlock, Mage got to keep pressure on because he's half mana. The longer they leave it, the more he regens mana. As soon as they can. And they're doing good with their pet.
This Woodwalker's HP is looking a bit low here. It might actually die. Warlock trying to heal it up a little bit here.
Smart, very smart. He pulled it back at the right time. Keeping that Druid in combat, but he's still regenerating so much mana.
So you can mage water in arena though?
Yes, mage water.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
That's why mage is a very strong class at 29.
Repo getting a lot of mana regen here. He looks like he's gonna get pretty much back to full mana, which is nice.
I think the wall accidentally fell? Yeah. By the looks of it.
There's going to be a sap, yep. Coming out into Ancient. And Shark's going to make his way towards Attrition, but, does he get fired out?
Almost
very close, man. It's actually crazy how close he's been to pull it a few times, and it hasn't happened. Yeah. Root onto Ancient. Rogue's just going to open into it. Blink coming out.
He's going to dot the Rogue. Yeah.
CS onto Rebuild, but doesn't really net. Not really going to net anything for them. Just trying to play defensively with it. Ancient does get the first aid again, back up top. And Sharks with the re-stealth, though. Looking to make a play here. Mage drops down. Maybe gets cheaped here by Entrox.
He's playing risky, dude.
Can't catch up.
Oh. Okay, looks like a full reset. Kind of that cat and mouse game, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I mean it's all going to be based on these setups here, and the Rogue Druid team has to be very, very careful with how they approach this, and the Mage Lock team too. Like they just have to play it slow, like they are, and just find the right opportunity. Like once they get a good fear fear something off a pillar, and like they can just kind of tee off into it and just keep the Rogue controlled and just try to pump into the Druid. Yeah. Ancient gonna drop down here and just try to keep applying this pressure to Reball. And Trucks though, hugging pillar looks like he's gonna try to open on something here as he presses in. Gonna have to be the Mage. Warlock playing back. Gets the cheap onto Ancient. Ancient immediately blinks the cheap though. And now it's just gonna be tough for Entrox to do anything now. Takes the Blizzard slow. Gonna get polyed on his sprint. Trinkets the poly. Gets a kick onto the Mage though. Will of the Forsaken's the fear. Gets Nova'd. Just trying to throw a weapon, put a little damage out as much as he can here. He's gonna take a poly. Rebuild though, trying to get some kitty damage in onto the Mage. Now he's gonna have to peel back.
This is where they're gonna apply pressure on him right now.
DR fear on Entrox.
Nice, man. He got him out with the cone. Wow.
Rebull got to watch for himself here. Entrox got to try to put some pressure on this Mage here. Make them pull back off Rebull.
Oh.
Gets a gouge on the Warlock.
Rebull's in a precarious position. If they let the Wargs get dots.
Ooh, I think Rebull might go down here. Takes a Frostbolt, 4%, 2%, 1%. Rebull does go down. No. Boots coming out of the Warlock. And it's going to be 2-0 for the Mage Lock team. And that game. Warlock damage. Man. Warlock pumping. 17,000 to the second place. Rogue is at 9,700. So that Warlock damage is definitely a factor.
I think the biggest thing is like they recognized, especially at the end, that they can put a little bit more pressure. Like when this opportunity is called for. And they did that pretty well, you know what I mean?
Right,
they were kind of hesitant in the last few pushes, but you notice they start doing more and more in that last one. They just knew, even though the Mage was on like what, a third health, they knew they had enough to finish off Red Bull, which was really smart. So.
Oh yeah, they kind of got a feel for it as the game went on. Like they're kind of just a lot of those engagements are just kind of them feeling everything out, getting cooldowns. Like the Mage Lock can kind of go in, get cooldowns. Like we saw earlier, they got a trinket dash out of the Druid and then full reset. Like at that point, they just gotta kind of do a couple opens, like get cooldowns, and then just go in for the kill and just full gas pedal like that. The Druid tried to play aggressive there at the end as well, though. It seemed like both teams were kind of dipping in health on one member, and both teams just played a little aggressive there, and the Druid ended up being the one paying the price for it. All right, game 3. We have Mage Lock up 2-0 on the set. So these are all best of 5s, right?
Best of 5s, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Otherwise, games go way too quick. So it's good. You at least get 3 games. So The DPS comps are out to play, man. They just it's really good, and I'm glad to see a good Warlock Mage comp, because I believe them to go pair really well together, especially like in threes with a priest. I think you can do a lot of work with the succubus.
And Sharks was running daggers first game, right? He's running swords right now.
I think it's because
or at least main hand sword.
You get improved sprint, and that helps you get out of CC more.
Mm.
So
it looks like he's running sword dagger.
Yeah, that should help the mobility a bit more. Him moving around.
Okay, we're up game 3. Mage Lock taking top of the bridge again. Rogue Druid just gonna try to stealth through the gauntlet of Rain of Fire and Blizzard here and try to make some kind of. I mean, I feel like the Rogue Druid need a really good opener. I feel like they haven't been able to net like the opener that they're looking for in these games.
Gygax is thinking they're going to go up the same way they went up last time, but they're doing the opposite side, so see if Gygax picks up.
Ooh, might get the pull here. Ooh, does get the sap onto Ancient.
Oh my gosh.
Does not opt to Trinket Explode and just kind of, it's going to sit it. Warlock can just pull back here and just kind of wait it out.
Hard to move. Yeah, it's so hard to move.
Such a long distance to travel to try to open on the lock, so not going to net anything out of that sap. They're going to have to try again.
They're going to enclose here. It's going to happen. Oh, no, the mage. No, the wall. Oh, the wall.
Ooh, gets the Rain of Fire out on the Druid. Entrox out as well. Entrox is blowing sprint. Just going to jump on top of the Warlock here and put as much pressure out as he can. Maybe I would have liked to see a stomp out of the Druid here on the mage. That would have been nice. Bash coming out onto the Warlock. Entrox getting poly, though, on the rest of his sprint. And Nova. Trinkets that. Nice. Kicks the mage.
Kicks the... Oh, that was
Will the Forsaken and pops Gnome Boots. He's just full going in on this Warlock here. It's going to be up to Ancient to try to peel for him. Gets a DR poly here onto Entrox. Rebull, though, just running at him in cat form, throwing Moonfires. Takes a fear, trinkets the fear. Does fall off, though.
He fell off.
Very unfortunate Rebull to fall there.
Maybe he fell off yeah, that's hard, man.
Maybe the line... not a good fall there.
Great stop in the bandage.
And Sharks gets a re-stealth, though.
No way.
Gets Nova out.
Gygax, bro.
He's doing a very good job pulling these rogue on these plays here. These Nova callouts out of stealth are nuts. Rebuild is popping the AGM still to play aggressive. I actually kind of like this. This is going to be troublesome for Attrition. If Rebuild can't convert off this, then he's going to be
sack. He's got sack. If Red Bull can't do anything, you got to be careful. It can fall back on him. He's got food. See the mage food. There it is, coming into play. Right there. And these bandages just about ready again. Red Bull still applying that pressure. Actually,
man, I'm actually really liking Rebull using his mana aggressively here. I think this game's going a lot better for the Rogue Druid team.
Oh, I got him out again. The Blizzard dude. He's just harassing him, man.
Full root on the mage. If Entrox can find a way to connect here, it's going to be trouble for Attrition. He's going to have to use that sacrifice.
Yeah.
Sap on an Ancient. Very nice sap. Trinket Nova, though, coming out from Ancient.
Nice.
Gets the gouge to follow that up, but he's going to take a full poly here now.
The Red Bull needs to be careful. They're playing low pressure.
Maybe resist the poly there.
They need to fall back. I think they're kind of... Yeah, I think that's smart. Just to recover a bit. They got eyes. There's no major issue. They can play it out.
If I'm Rebull, I'm playing aggressive again here. He got some mana back, and I would try to make sure that this Warlock does not heal up here, or this Mage.
100%.
Looks like he's doing just that.
Now, Ageless needs to get Ent out. I know he's got eyes still. Oh, he got the sap.
Nice sap on Entrox. Off a blink, too. He could cheap open here, and there'd be no blink for it, but opting to just go in for the Warlock. Gonna get a full root onto the lock here. Rogue's about to be able to open. AGM coming out from Attrition. Rogue opens into it, hits a kick, but now he's just going to have to... I would just full pull back and reset on this AGM, or even go for the Mage here at the moment. Gouge on the Mage. Fear going out. Wills.
Yeah, it's got... nice Will.
Entrox tries to pre-will that, but the Fear is out actually onto Rebull, so bad will by Entrox there. Attrition getting a bandage in room.
Good Fear.
And Ancient's just going to control.
Wow, good work. The Mage Warlock team.
Yeah, very nice job.
Recovery. This is where they need to put pressure now on the Druid. The Mage... Warlock wants to capitalize. Do it now.
Tangle on the Druid, trying to get this pet off him, give himself some breathing room here.
The Warlock knows this. He knows that he's got to apply pressure.
Sap going out onto Ancient. Warlock does get Entrox out with a Rain of Fire, though.
Good Rain of Fire.
Hmm.
Now he's going to apply dots on the Druid again.
Mage blinks in aggressively. Maybe a stealth here out of Entrox. Just get Rain of Fire and Blizzard out, though.
Oh my gosh, he just keeps getting caught out. It's just relentless.
Yeah. To be fair, though, that one was like a late stealth, so they knew exactly where it was.
Yeah, true. Full fear. Red Bull's just regenning mana.
Trying to. This pet's keeping him in combat here, though, so his mana regen's going to be a little annoying. Rebull trying to use Entangle to keep uptime for Entrox, but fear onto Rebull there, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Actually, it's good just keeping the Rogue slowed up. He just knows.
Rogue just throwing weapon into the Warlock here as much as he can, just kind of waddling towards, taking these Frostbolts. Rebull, though, still applying pressure to Attrition as well, hitting these Moonfires. He's going to take a DR Fear. Yeah, right now they're just... Mage Lock are just playing to keep the Lock healthy at the moment. Lock is actually he's tapping right now for mana and going to get a full bandage. Get a little mana back off the tap. I like it.
I wonder if they're going to have another go at going for the Druid. I think he might. Yep.
Ancient grabs eyes.
I don't think he knows who Rogue is yet. I actually don't think... Yeah, they don't know.
Again, I'm still surprised the Druid never goes for re-stealths in these. I'm not sure if he's just trying to save the mana from the cat form shift or what, but I would be going for re-stealths.
Mm. And try and get some mana. Nope, they're going in. Good sap.
Good job lining the Entangle there by Attrition. Gonna pop out and get a Fear onto the Druid.
Right, yeah.
Entrox, though, gonna be able to open. Mage, I assume, is gonna go for the Polymorph here. I don't think Attriction's gonna be able to get... Or Entrox is doing a nice job lining the Poly. Does take that one there, though, unfortunately. Yeah. Steps out, I think, on a cast. I think he stepped in and back out on the same cast.
On the same cast, yeah, he did. Yeah.
Unlucky there for Entrox.
Get Entangle rates on the Warlock.
Druid taking another Fear in cat form here, and it's kind of...
Might be bad for Red Bull. Might be bad.
He's going to get line here, and he's going to try to full top himself. Entrox taking a Nova.
Yeah. The Druid is kind of bad right now.
Gets the bash onto Attrition.
Nice bash. Try to fear the Rogue soon, but I think he has Will, so let's see what they do.
Sap on Ancient. I like that Sap a lot. He's just going to full sprint on the Warlock here. Warlock popping Gnome Boots, though, to try to kite.
Wow.
Very nice boots by the Lock here. I really like it.
Great boots, man. Great boot. Good timing on the boots.
Mage hits a CS onto the Druid there, and Mage is just now in front. Maybe get another Sap here? Nope, he's pulled out by the Arc.
Oh my god,
exploded,
and the first aid! Oh, great throw. He stopped the ticks.
Trinket out of Entrox out of the Poly. Immediately gets repolyed, though. He's going to get feared out of that, and Attriction's going to get a nice gap here on them. Will of Forsaken coming out from Entrox, though. Going to try to keep pressuring. Druid gets the roots onto Attriction. Cheap shot going out into Attriction. A lot of pressure on him here. He's in trouble. Mage going for the Poly to peel. Void Sack coming out from Attriction. Trying to get a fear onto the Rogue out of that, but Rebull's just going to be throwing some Wraths in here. Trying to pump through that Warlock shield as much as he can.
He needs to recover.
Rebull needs to all in here. Goes for the dash, gets right on top of Attriction, just trying to put in some kitty damage into the shield. The shield breaks. Attriction looking low HP, gets the Moonfire to 1%. Fear going out onto Rebull. Trinkets and gets the Moonfire for the kill. Nice job, Rebull. Pressing the gas there and just full throttling onto the Warlock there. Very nice job. Good opportunity for them there. And I like the Sap cheap coming out from Entrox there to start that.
Those saps have been amazing, and like stopping the bandages, like with the Rogue throwing on the Warlock, just stopping fully recovering, and you know, made a massive difference. Do that, then there's no real else way they can win.
Right, if they're playing the slow game is not doing them any favors, and I think the Druid just has to conserve mana as he can, but when he finds those opportunities, just like full dump his mana bar to try to keep pressure on them, and just every time they're letting this Mage Lock get a full reset, it's getting more and more difficult for the Druid Rogue team. All right, so we are at game 4. 2-1. Ancient Lich and Attrition are up. 2-1 on the set. Best of 5. They do have this Negrin counter pick now, and they could close the set out here if they do take the W. We'll see what happens.
It's going to be hard, man. It's rough. But not impossible. I believe in him.
I do too. I just think Rogue Druid just got to do what they can to try to get AGM and Void Sack out of the Warlock early, and then just get one more good go. That's what happened there. He kind of really... He had Void Sack there, but he didn't have AGM anymore. So once they're able to get through that Void Sack, it was over. But it's definitely very hard getting through both of those at the same time in the open of these games. So I can't imagine the Rogue Druid can win on one push. They might need a few.
Yeah, it'll take a few times, you know, but we'll see. It's just a matter of when they use AGMs, how early, and that'll be a big factor on how the games will go. Almost got the Druid out, but...
Yeah, I thought he was just going to call him out right there. That was nuts. Warlock getting really close. Rogue just has to kind of throw a sap there to make sure he doesn't get pulled. I think he's just going to go ahead and open here. Druid popping dash here to try to head towards the mage. Maybe he's going to go for a root on the mage. I'm kind of interested. I thought he was going to go for a stun.
Yeah. That's what I thought
onto the Druid, shifts it. Will the Forsaken coming out from Entrox. I didn't think a fear was coming out there, but maybe I...
Oh, he mortared him. I think Ed mortared the Warlock.
Trinket Sprint from Entrox, just kind of going all in on this Warlock here. Rebull coming back around. Going to throw an Entangle out to try to keep uptime for Entrox.
Got a sack.
Man, they're doing so much work right now. AGM have to come out from attrition very early here. Very, very good. AGM. Very nice.
Yeah, very amazing.
Good job on enforcing that.
I would have sacked instead of AGM'd, but...
Yeah,
must have felt pressure.
I think the AGM was overkill there, but I mean they applied a lot of pressure, enough to scare him into using it. And that's a very, very good job, and that's exactly what the Rogue Druid team needs to do here. Is just force those cooldowns out of him immediately. Rogue did use a lot of his own cooldowns to make that happen, though. Trinket Sprint coming out from him for sure. Yeah. So,
but it's a game, you know, AGM 15, Trinket 5, right?
Right.
So
I think it is a good trade, but now they're gonna have to survive here. Yeah, Entrox is taking a lot of damage right now.
Then maybe try to counter him.
Frostbite going on to Entrox. AGM coming out from the mage too. They forced 2 AGMs now. Fear onto Entrox, trying to get back to the pillar, so Rebull can just try to top him here.
Did they get a counter him?
Gouge onto Ancient. No. First aid. Look at this. Very nice first aid by Entrox. I like that a lot. Nice. Right in their face, like right in both of their line. Gets the gouge and then just bandages right in the Warlock's face. Nice job.
I think and Red Bull doing amazing right now. They're ahead. Doing absolutely amazing.
Full first aid by Attrition here. Rebuild stops the Evo.
Perfect.
Honestly, I'm really liking things right now for Entrox and Rebuild. Rebuild doing a nice job keeping them in combat, keeping them dotted. Gonna throw the Entangle out. Oh, it doesn't get the Entangle there. It gets CS on it.
Got the
Entrox pushing in for the lock. Lock gets a full bandage here though. Entrox gets...
DR Poly.
It gets polyed from the eye there. Mage was able to pull him with the eye. Entrox taking a full fear. And now Warlock Mage is gonna run right at Rebuild.
Collapsing, man.
Frostbolt onto Entrox, keep him from re-stealthing out of that fear.
Now that he's going in on the Druid, this is now
gonna get a full bandy. Yep, pressure's been turned now. Entrox is gonna have to try to alleviate pressure here for Rebull.
Oh, is he going for the getting the eyes? Yep, he got the eyes, I think. Yeah, Ent can't do anything. Smart move in getting the eyes. He knows he doesn't need to touch Ent until Ent comes out. Ent just have to wait for the eyes. That's the only choice he's got. Yep, and he guessed it. Eyes just ran out and he guessed it with a blizzard. Amazing work by the mage.
Man, Rebull gets feared off the pillar there. Trinkets try to get back and stay out of line with both of these casters. And Shark's kind of stuck across the map right now. It's very, very like worst case scenario right now for Rogue Druid. And Shark's gonna use his boost to try to get across the map, but
no, wait, his boost broke! Dude, did you see that?
Yeah.
In stealth, man. Oh, that's unfortunate, man.
Unlucky RNG for Entrox there. Gets his boots exploded.
Red Bull done a great job to like not be worn down too much as well. I
Oh
might
yeah, let me check his mana next time he shifts here. He's
half.
about
It's
half
still okay.
mana.
Still
I mean,
okay.
Mage Lock's sitting low mana right now. I think Rebo's doing a very nice job of just surviving until Entrox
End's doing really good. This might be a chance for them to get the kill.
gets the cheap onto Attrition. Yeah. Fairy Fire coming out as well. Wrath gonna come out. Poly going out, but Rebo's still gonna have damage here.
Oh my god.
Rebo gets feared, so both CC'd at the moment.
Wow.
And I think they're gonna put a lot of pressure on Rebo here. And I agree with it. I like the Warlock just going in aggressive here.
It's awesome. It's a smart move. And get a quick first aid. Oh, Red Bull. Forcing Red Bull to come into loss. That is smart.
Nice sap by Entrox here.
Yeah, nice sap.
Entrox just going to run across and now try to peel. Mage doesn't have Trinket for 39, so no option to Trinket there. Good Warlock does have Trinket, though. Entrox might be able to get a cheap open here, but Warlock does have Trinket for it.
True.
Warlock pops. Uses the Trinket on the Root to keep his gnome boots going.
They're going to go into the Druid now. Yep, I knew it. They're going straight on the Druid. Straight onto him. The Druid's got low mana. This is kind of rough. Oh, Ant is doing everything he can just to... His boots broke. Stop the fear. Okay, got the fear.
Gets an entangle onto Attrition, though. If Entrox gets out of the sphere, he's going to be able to get some uptime on Attrition. This is actually very scary for him. Rebo lining the sphere. Poly's going to go out onto Entrox. Maybe Entrox Vanish gets the cheap. Attrition should go down here. Keep pressuring. The sack shield is out. Wow. He's just trying to line those Polys. Did a nice job of it, but I'm not sure why Rebo's pulling back here, man. I would be going full aggressive mode on this Warlock.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure about that. I feel like Attrition gets a... Wow. I don't know.
I think Red Bull's scared because he had not much mana and he doesn't want to die.
Yeah, but
I didn't go.
Yeah,
I agree with you though.
I think I would have risked it there, but I'm not familiar with the bracket. I don't know. That seems strange to me.
I agree. I agree. I totally agree.
It seems like the Rogue Druid has to win off of these like opportunities like that, and I feel like playing too safe like that is making things a little better on the Warlock. They just get resets. I don't like the Warlock resetting there. It's going to be very tough for them to deal with. Warlock doesn't have Trinket though anymore. Used his boots. Entrox has Sprint actually. Just going to run right at him with it. Just I don't know.
Nice on the Warlock.
Kind of weird feeling about that Sprint.
Yeah, I know. He kind of like... I would have just kept beelining to the Warlock, bro.
Nice sap. Very nice sap.
Oh my god.
Ancient does have the Trinket though for it.
Yeah,
Poly's going to go out onto him.
Oh, you sacked.
Oh, just gets out of the Poly. There's the sack.
Great sack. This might be it though.
That was a really good Trinket by Entrox there. Luckily, he had that up. He's just gonna... It's up to the Druid to finish the lock off here, though, man. The Rogue's gonna get controlled forever. The Druid has to play aggressive here, and I don't feel like he's playing as aggressive enough.
He's not playing aggressive.
No, yeah, here we go. Here's the dash out of the Druid. I would be all over this Warlock if I'm the Druid in these scenarios.
Oh, this might be it. This may be.
So they got 5 seconds left on the shield. Does break. He's gonna get a fear onto Rebo here. Maybe Rebo gets the Moonfire up. He's gonna die to the dot. See, there it is. Like,
that's the play.
Very nice job. Very nice job. Rebo hesitated there. I feel like he should have gone in from the start, but good on him to recognize that he needed to do that and was able to make the adjustment there. I thought he wasn't gonna go for it at all, but he once he thought about it, he went for it and netted him the kill. Nice job, 2-2. Very nice job by the Rogue Druid team there, winning on their counterpick stage, or winning on the stage they got counterpicked on. So,
but also not putting him in a spot where they have to be forced to use him. But like at the same time, you want to be aggressive, but not too aggressive where you waste your defensive cooldowns unnecessarily, right?
Yep.
So trying to find that exact point to keep the pressure, and both teams is like trying to do that, right? And I think from the last game that was played, Ant and Red Bull did exactly that well, you know. So. Well done to them. But it's definitely the catalyst that's different from the first game is the Druid play. That's dictating everything else.
Oh yeah, it's up to the Rogue Druid to not only like force these cooldowns, but then kind of get their reset. And then once they have these opportunity windows where they think they're gonna land the kill, the Rogue's gotta pressure as much as he can, and then they know at this point that the Rogue, once he's CC'd, like he's not gonna play the game for a while. So then at this point, it's up for the Druid to just go full aggressive and just kind of pressure whatever the dying target is and just try to net the kill there. We saw that last game. Last 2 games actually, just once the Rogue does what he can and gets CC'd, then it's up to the Druid just to go pressure the target and make sure that either he finishes them off or at least keeps them from resetting until the Rogue's CCs are DR'd and he can reconnect. And the Rogue's getting very nice like saps on the Mage to start a lot of these goes too. Like just getting re-stealths in his face and just getting the sap is so nice.
Oh, almost got him.
Ooh,
Oh,
looks.
dude.
Does he get pulled there
Oh,
by that blizzard?
no,
Wow,
no,
I
no,
thought
no.
that blizzard had him.
The Warlock's wasting a lot of mana though. Like you look at that already.
Rebuild just comes out of stealth, gonna get a root. Fairy Fire onto the mage. Entrox though maybe gets a cheap here onto the Warlock. Nope, go for the sap.
Yeah.
Fairy Fire on both targets.
No, it's gonna open.
One more entangle on the mage. Gonna open lock with a cheap here. Immediately gets polyed though.
Good fear. Okay, looks like they're already trying to put pressure on Red Bull.
CS on the Red Bull. Red Bull just sits bare. It's just trying to line the Warlock right now. Fear onto Entrox. Nova onto both. Poly onto... Oh. Maybe waiting at DR here. Not sure. I'd like to be able to see DRs. I can't see DRs right now in the UI.
Yeah, it's kind of crap. We've got 7 seconds. 4. So we've got 2 more sheeps. 4 Ents can do much. Oh, no, Fear instead.
Will on the Fear. Tries to put pressure onto Ancient, but gets no, but immediately... Rebuild taking a bit of pressure. Entrox gonna take another poly into a Fear here.
There might be an aggressive move from Ent and Red Bull though, depending on because now the CC's DR'd.
Right, Entrox gonna make something happen once his DRs. Once he's DR'd, but Major Lock doing a good job keeping their distance from Entrox and making it very hard for him to net anything once his DRs are cooling.
Didn't go for the counter on the hill.
Full DR Fear onto Rogue here. But he looks like he's going to pull back for a reset. I'd probably try to go in and get the poly.
Yeah, go on the Warlock. Right, he might go on the Warlock right now, eh? Oh, he's going to kill the pet.
Gets a cheap on the pet. Maybe he kills pet. Pet does die. Oh, Warlock sacks it though at low health. Warlock does go for the sack. I mean, that's his only really option there. So
Warlock should first aid. Oh, 17 seconds on the dot. Smart getting the eyes. I think he can first aid. Yep, on Arena Fire. Interesting how he's not first aid. I feel like he's in a kind of like low health, low mana situation. Like, and still got all his cooldowns.
Rogue throws his sprint here in stealth. Okay. Mage still following him pretty closely here. I'm not sure how, but he's all fucking over him. Jeez.
Oh, great sap.
Gets the eyes. Resaps on the eyes. Nice job by him to resap that trinket there. He's just going to no boots in on the Warlock. Very nice aggressive play. Warlock pops no boots as well to try to get out. Druid dashing to keep that pressure up. Full poly onto Rogue. Fear onto Druid. Druid trinkets. Goes back, retreats to Pillar, but is still going to keep trying to poke the Warlock here. Rogue probably going to get a re-stealth out of that poly.
Yeah, that Druid needs to stay in that Warlock. This is it.
Entrox. Ooh. Ancient goes for the Nova callout. Doesn't get it and gets sapped in return. Entrox and Red Bull going to full run into Attrition here. Attriction's going to be in a lot of trouble. Gets the root Fairy Fire up. Entrox opens. AGM coming out from Attrition. Mage comes out of the sap. Gets a poly onto Entrox. Entrox gets broken out of that poly, I believe. Gets re-polyed. Yep. AGM from Attrition.
Huge, bro. They've got AGM.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, Rebull has so much mana. He should just be trying to keep Attrition dotted as much as possible here and just give give Entrox these chances to open. Druid needs to come out now. He needs to be out here. Druid popping his boots. Sap onto Ancient again. Attriction's going to go down here.
Might be, yeah. Well done.
Ooh, there it is. Very nice. Dude, these saps on the mage have been key in getting these kills on the Warlock. Very, very nice.
Well done.
Wow. Reverse 3-0. I mean, as long as they can clutch it out here, and Ancient can't 1v2, but very nice job by Rogue Druid.
Well done.
Rebuild just staying full aggressive mode here, just shifting all the slows, staying on top of Ancient. Goblin Mortar coming out. Rebuild popping AGM, staying aggressive. And that's going to be the game. Wow, very nice set by both teams there. Mage Lock went up 2-0, and Rogue Druid able to come back and reverse 3-0 them. Very, very nice job for them to make adjustments and just kind of figure out a game plan and execute well. They did a very nice job. Very good saps coming out of Entrox to make these kill opportunities, these kill windows happen. and rebuild just to keep pressure on the Warlock to make those opportunities as well. All right, here we go. A little bit of time left on the predictions. If you want to get the prediction in on Twitch, you can bet channel points. We're betting on the set right now. Losers bracket: Living Force and 0-2. Priest Rogue versus Ancient Lich Attrition Mage Lock. Priest Rogue Mage Lock. Alright, here we go. Living Force with that Fear Ward up. Again, I don't know the cooldown on Fear Ward. Looks like it has 3-minute duration. I'm not sure what the cooldown is. Posture check. I'm sitting pretty good. Alright, gates are open. Here we go. Game 1 of the set. Loser side. Blizzard coming out, immediately trying to pull 0-2. Doesn't actually get it. Very, very close, though. Triction not moving. Just kind of chilling, letting his pet try to get combat, I think. Rogue propping sprint out of stealth here. Gonna try to gun for the Warlock. Mage gets the Nova call out, though, out of stealth, and then Polly's immediately after. Re-Polly's on the Dispel. Fear coming out into 0-2 as well. Over the Poly. Frostbite proc coming out of 0-2. He's having a tough time trying to connect on this Warlock. Throws the Goblin Mortar at lock. Does hit. Gets the in-cap off it. Frostbite again, though. Rogue popping Gnome Boots. Warlock popping Gnome Boots as well to counter. Living Force trying to go in for a Fear, I believe, here. Does get polyed by Ancient. Attrition going for the Fear out of the Poly on Living Force. Gets the full Fear onto Living. Living Trinkets there. I'm stuck. A lot of damage going into 0-2 right now. 0-2, all I can really do is throw a weapon right now. Gets the gouge on the mage. Tries to line of sight. Fear going on to Living Force. 0-2 walking back out, but his healer had just gotten feared. A little scary for him. Living Force dropping back LOS. Getting some flash shields out. AGM coming out from Ancient Lich there, though. Nova. Or sorry, Kona Cold gets the Frostbite proc. AGM about to expire. Hits the Nova now onto 0-2. Will of Forsaken coming out for the Fear onto Attrition from Living Force. Living Force lines the Fear. 0-2 though actually taking that Fear, not Living Force. Ancient just pumping damage into 0 right now. 0 takes a Fear again from the Warlock. Living polyed out of line of sight right now. 0-2 pops Evasion just to mitigate some of this pet damage. Takes another DR Fear. Gets shielded by Living Force though, coming out of the Poly. Takes another DR Poly. 0-2's got to line this Warlock and Mage damage here. Mage opting to evocate instead of trying to... I'd even wand there maybe, but... 0-2 low HP right now. Hits the Nova and CS onto Living Force. And looks like the Kona Cold is going to finish off 0-2 there. Triction sitting low HP though. Living Force might try to go for the finish on him, but looks like the game is over. Looks like that'll be it. 1-0 for the Mage Lock. This is game 2. Sorry the scoreboard's wrong. I still got to figure that out. I should have done that actually during the intermission. I need to get the thing set up for that. I had a command. I had a macro that's supposed to clear the score, but it's not. That one's not working yet, so I got to figure that out. It should set the team names too, but I got to adjust it somehow. Game 2 though, 1-0 right now for the Mage Lock team. Or sorry, for the Mage Lock team. No, not wanting to work. All right, game 2 is underway. Putting the Fear Ward on 0-2 this time to start the match. Let's see how that works out for them. Last game, Mage Lock won. It is 1-0 for the Mage Lock at the moment. Best of 5. Mage Lock looking like they're just going to sit on these opposite side pillars here. Sap going out onto Ancient. Nice Sap by 0-2. Sprinting. Gets the cheap onto Attrition. Polymorph's going to come out. Living Force should be able to dispel that Poly. But Living Force going to get polyed himself. Sacrificing his position to get in aggressive here. Living Force does fall, unfortunately, there. And doesn't go for the Fear on Mage, I don't think, either. 0-2. Trinkets that Nova. Mage falls as well. Rogue and Lock. Rogue should have some uptime here on the Lock, potentially. Maybe he goes for a re instead of dropping down here. Lock uses Gnome Boots. Rogue using his as well, it looks like. Or Sprint. I think it's Gnome Boots. Gouge onto Ancient. Lock is going to sit into the starting gate here and get a full bandage. Did I notice? I don't think there's any game sound from these matches. I'm not sure why. Now that I think about it, I don't know if there was any in the Warsong games we spectate either. I think there might be. It's just very quiet. Alright, Fear going out onto Living Force. 0-2 just trying to line of sight right now. He has some dots on him, so he's not going to really be able to get a re, I don't think, here. At least not without a pre-shield. Rogue moving out, trying to get on the mage here. Just taking Frostbolts right now, getting kited. Ancient Lich doing a good job keeping his distance. What did Living Force pop? What is that? Oh, Curse of Tongues is on Living Force from the Warlock. Priest not having Curse to spell, so he's not really going to be able to deal with that. Just going to pretty much sit perma. Poly's going out onto 0, and they're trying to get some pressure onto Living Force right now. It does get Frostbitten, but is line of sight for it to connect. Yo, Chipotle, thanks for the fucking sub, dude. So Frostbolt into Poly onto 0-2. Living Force just lining as much as he can here. 0-2 and Living both lining. Warlock playing up top. Mage playing down low. Kind of making life really hard for the Rogue Priest right now. I don't think their ultimate kill target is the Mage. I think they want to go the Warlock. So this positioning from the Mage Lock is making it very troublesome right now for Living Force and 0-2. Fear onto Living Force. Fears him off the pillar. Is going to get full Poly now out of that. I would imagine the Mage Lock try to push in. Fear onto 0-2. Pulls him off the pillar. Mage now going to slow him. Make it hard for him to waddle back. Another Poly coming out onto Living Force. Attriction's going to move in. Probably try to get triple Fears off of this. Unfortunate Poly path. And he's kind of lining him from the Warlock. Warlock, though, gets another Fear onto 0-2. Moving him into the path of the Mage. Fear Ward coming out to Living Force. Attrition getting that Fear Ward off with a Fear there. AGM coming out from 0-2. 0-2 now going to make a move towards the Warlock. Just kind of run at him here. Going up. Mage blinks in to try to peel. Hits the Nova onto 0-2. Very nice blink Nova by Ancient. Gets the Poly onto Living Force. Rogue's going to connect a little damage on Mage, but should be fine. Nice play by Ancient to peel Attrition there. 0-2 AGM is expired now. Kona Cold coming out from Ancient. Attrition doesn't get the Fear there onto Living Force. Fear coming out onto Ancient from Living Force. Ancient does Will of the Forsaken it, though, and Attrition lands a Fear onto Living Force. Attrition taking a lot of damage right now, though. He's just kind of rotting out. Gets a bandage up, though. I'm not even sure what that damage was he was taking there, but he almost went down. That was kind of scary. Maybe he was just tapping. Maybe I'm clowning. He might have just been life tapping. I was gonna say there's no way anybody's hitting him like that right now. But yeah, he just tapped and got a full bandage. So nice job by him there. Fear onto 0-2. Living Force trying to apply some pressure, but just takes a full Poly now. Now they're just gonna Frostbolt turret 0-2 while the Warlock just tries to put pressure out. 0-2 jumps down, just trying to line this damage. Living Force taking Fears now, taking Frostbolts. A little bit of drain mana coming out of Attrition here. Living Force, though, sitting very, very healthy on mana right now. 0-2 going for a re down low. Ancient looking like he wants to stop it. Grabs Eye. It's just going to be ready to play off of the stealth here. So Zero's going to have a tough time making anything out of the stealth with Eye coming from Ancient. Ancient tries to throw a Poly, which keeps 0-2 hugging the pillar here. Living Force just dealing with these slows and Warlock drain mana. 0-2 gets shielded here as he stealths up ramp. Ancient Lich going for a drink. Tries to get the Nova, or the Arcane Explosion. Doesn't get it. 0-2 does land the sap. No trinket for either mage or lock for another 15 and 34 seconds. An open on the lock would be nice right now. Mage is going to be here immediately to peel, so Living Force should be able to dispel him, though, and keep him aggressive at the moment. Living Force should be full dispelling. Gets the insta-dispel on the poly. Second poly as well. Third poly. Full DR on the polys now. Can't poly the rogue anymore. I'm not sure why he's going for poly still. Should try to hit it on Living. Can't get it. He's going to just have the Frostbolt peel here. It's up to Attriction to land a fear onto the rogue. Mage should be trying to poly Priest here while Affliction tries to peel rogue for himself, but it's not happening. Living Force doing a great job avoiding CC, keeping the rogue cleansed here. AGM coming out from the Warlock. Living Force probably trying to get the Purge. Hasn't gotten it yet. Double Fear coming out from Living Force. And Will of Forsaken coming out of the Mage. Mage throws a poly. Doesn't get it. Attrition is going to go down. Very nice job by Living Force. Avoiding the CC there. Keeping the Rogue mobile. Now he just has to keep himself top tier. Gets the bandage. And now it should be 2v1. Very nice job by Living Force and 0-2 there to create a lot of pressure out of that. It is 1-1 now. Man, that was a good game. All these games have been good. They've been exciting. Hope you guys are enjoying. I'm enjoying casting it for sure. All right, here we go. Game 3. All right, game 3. This is the Mage Locks counter pick. They have chosen the Grand, the map they won game 1 on. This map, I think, favors them a little more than Blade's Edge. Actually, it depends. Like, Blade's Edge, I don't think is terrible for them. They just have to play up top. I think if the Mage Locks try to play down low, it's a lot more difficult. But regardless, this map's a little more open for them. If they can keep if they can get Living Force and 0-2 off these pillars, it's gonna be very tough for them. Again, Living Force, all he has, like, if he can do his best job to avoid CC, like, he can keep 0-2 cleansed all day, and 0-2 is just gonna have insane uptime out of it. See, there is game sound. It's just so quiet. All right, Rain of Fire, and Blizzard's going to come out, try to pull the rogue here. Living Force has the Fear Ward on himself at the start of this game. 0-2 popping Sprint immediately, just going to try to aggressively get in on this mage, get a sap before he gets pulled out of stealth. Gets it cheap on the mage. Let's get the sap. Mage must have had combat off Living Force there. Rogue's just going to open on mage here. Living Force trying to do a little damage with Mind Blast. 0-2 taking a fear. Gets dispelled after a few dots. It looks like maybe got cleaned off first. Ancient getting a almost full bandage there. Hits the Nova. Gets immediately dispelled. And now Nombu's coming out of 0-2. Living Force trying to avoid this Warlock here while he keeps 0 dispelled. It's going to be very hard for Living. Living comes out, gets the fear to try to cover himself crossing mid. Attrition, though, does use the Will of Forsaken and lands the fear onto Living Force now. Rogue is still having decent uptime on this mage, though. He's doing a nice job staying on him. Frostbite proccing, though, getting a peel on him. Fear now coming out from Attrition onto 0. Living Force trying to move in. He does make it across the map now, so it's going to be tough. Every time the mage crosses map, Living Force is going to have to run through the Warlock or vice versa. If the Warlock crosses map, Living Force is going to have to deal with the mage crossing, so he got Will the Forsaken out of the lock, though. On this next cross, he should be able to fear again if he can get the pathing right. 0-2 taking a fear. Taking Nova. Living Force just trying to keep him dispelled as much as possible here. And here we go. 0's across the map. Living Force should be trying his best to get across right now. Okay, he's here. Good. Bad camera. Nice job by Living to cross the map. He's in good position to keep 0 dispelled. Ancient Lich blinking, though, back across. 0 might just runs at the Warlock a little bit there to push him back. Living Force using boots to get across the map. Gets the fear. He has Trinket for that one now. So Trinket and Will both used by the Warlock. But 0 and Living right on top of the mage here. 0 just slowed by this Frost right now. Living Force dipping very low. He's being very aggressive. Pops his AGM. 0-2 popping his AGM as well. They're kind of all inning for this kill on the mage. Fear coming out to 0-2. Trying to dispel. It looks like he's getting other dots over the fear right now. Living Force with a big self-heal there. Uses his... I assume that was Desperate Favor, or Desperate Plea, whatever the fuck it is. Whatever the self heal is for priest racial for dwarf popped there, I believe, to top himself. Fear coming out onto a attrition, and now rogue might just swap to warlock. Both the warlock and the mage have been very taxed this game. The rogue's getting a really, really good uptime. Gets the vanish cheap shot here, and attrition does go down. Very, very convincing game by Living and Zero. Honestly, a lot of pressure coming out from them there. Living did let himself dip low there, but he had AGM and he had his priest racial there to keep himself afloat, and they just very good things came from playing aggressive there. Nice job by them. I'm glad you guys are enjoying it because I very much enjoy this stuff, and I'm trying to improve and get better at it. I'm trying to explore the APIs to do more and more things with the spectator cam for both Arena and Warsong, so I'll be trying to polish my add-ons as well and get a little more like visual information up on the screen for these games too. But yo, I appreciate you guys, and I'm glad you guys are enjoying this because I very much enjoy it myself. I like being involved in the Twink scene, and I'm trying to do my best to grow things and give it more exposure because I think it's a lot of fun, and I think people will enjoy watching and hopefully be inspired to come play too. I need to make it so my GIFs. I need to make it so my sub sound only plays once on GIFs. It's gonna play 10 times. All right, we are. Right now, the set is currently 2-1. Living Force and 0-2 are up 2-1 on the Mage Lock, Ancient Lit, and Attrition. So, life on the line right now. This is loser's bracket, so life is on the line right now for the Mage Lock team. They counterpick Nagrand here, and we'll see how this goes. Best of 5, so 2-1. This is Mage Lock have to make something happen here, or they will be eliminated. Living Force, again, opting to put the Fear Ward on himself. 0-2 coming out in stealth. We saw him pop an early sprint last game to get the open and just avoid this AoE coming out of stealth. So let's see if he can get it without blowing sprint this time. Maybe gets the sap here. Gets the cheap on a Warlock. Just immediately opens. Living Force aggressively booting in. Gets the Fear on the Mage. Will of Forsaken coming out from the Mage. He's going to land a poly onto Living Force here. Living Force not able to get LOS out of that CC there. 0-2 though, still getting a lot of pressure on Attrition. No boots coming out from Attrition. Gets the Fear onto 0-2. Mage repolying Living Force. 0-2 though, looks like he pops his Trinket to try to sprint there, but it's not going to get frostbitten, and it's going to sit this. I'm not really sure how I feel about the Trinket sprint there out of the Rogue. Living Force though, coming out of his polys. Line of sight's the Warlock. Tries to get dispels onto 0. Gouge coming out from 0 onto Ancient. He's going to now use Rocket Boots over to the Warlock. Warlock's taking a lot of pressure now. Living Force, though, has to come off his pillar to get dispels here. He's going to take a Fear himself, maybe. Fear Ward prevents it. Gets the double Fear. Very good double Fear coming out of Living Force. Rogue still have these Rocket Boots. Insane uptime right on the Warlock. Mage has to sit that full Fear. AGM coming out from Attrition. Polys onto 0, but Living Force getting the dispels. Attrition fearing Living Force, but Living Force uses his Trinket to keep the Rogue aggressive here. Rogue gets a kick onto Attrition, and he's just still trying to work through this AGM. I would hope that Living Force tries to get the Purge here, but I don't think it's going to happen. It's just going to expire at this point. Living Force coming back out, trying to put pressure onto Attrition himself. 0-2, really bad Fear pathing. Takes a Frostbolt across the map now. It's just going to try to line of sight the Mage. Mage has to do everything he can right now to give Attrition time to get his dots cleared and get a full bandage. Living Force, though, coming in, trying to pressure. Making sure that doesn't happen. 0-2 is likely going to get a re here. Living Force takes a full poly. Attrition going to the other pillar, and let's see if he can get a bandage off here. Gets the first aid, and I think he will get that full bandage. Nice job by Ancient to try to just control the map right now for Attrition. He's going to go for a Healthstone create, maybe summon a Voidwalker. There it is. Living Force reapplying Fear Ward. Sitting full mana, man. The Priest mana hasn't been a factor in these games. Like in the Rogue Druid games, it's a lot harder on that Rogue Druid, and the mana gets worked a lot more on the Druid. The Priest, though, just can get so much value just out of dispelling the Rogue to where the Mage Lock can't even put out that much damage. So, like, Living Force's mana is really just going towards dispels. This Priest Lock is, this Priest Rogue it seems like a very tough comp for Mage Lock right now. 0-2 does get the re, should get a sap. No, doesn't. Gets Arcane exploded out by Ancient. Gets the Gouge, takes a Fear, gets insta-dispelled, though, and now he should get some uptime on the Warlock here. Mage gonna go for a poly on Living. Living does get poly trying to cross over to the other pillar. Not sure how I feel about him crossing there. But 0-2 trying to line. Living Force probably gonna take another poly here. The Crippling Poison though, sitting on Ancient. It's gonna make it for the Rogue to be able to connect here. He's going to be almost full poly DR'd, so Living Force can kind of just play to line the lock right now and keep Rogue dispelled. They're doing everything they can to cover those CC. Like that fear looks like it was covered by quite a few things. Took a few dispels to get that fear off. All right, Zero getting a little uptime on Ancient. Gets Frostbite procced off it. Living Force trying to get the dispel. Then takes a fear from Warlock. Gets the dispel. Attrition going to get the Fear Ward off of Living Force there. Living Force fears just too late to where he doesn't protect his Fear Ward, but doesn't take the fear as a result. Just gets the ward. 0-2 now crossing. Living Force should be trying to cross over to the pillar here. Might get a fear. Does maybe range it. No, fear goes onto the Rogue there. Living Force, though, now has to... He's getting pressured back. I wish Living Force had gone full across to that pillar there. Now he's going to have a very tough time connecting with Zero, who's then going to just get kited by the mage. Living Force taking actually a fuck ton of damage right now from Attrition. Living Force actually just goes down. Wow. Big damage coming up from Attrition there, and Living Force just flops. Man. I did not expect that. Holy shit. Nice job, Attrition. Dude. Big damn. Yo. Holy shit. Yo, Galaxy Freak, thanks for the sub. Thank you. Tom, thanks for the follow. Wow, wow. 2-2. What a set. Dude, all these sets are actually really exciting. They're close. It is 2-2 on the best of 5. Your points are decided by this last game, man. It's 2-2. We're going to a game 5 situation. The Rogue Priests are going to have the... Rogue Priests are going to have the counter pick here. So it's up to them to choose the map for game 5. Ooh, all right. We got the ruins. Here it is. Wow, actually interesting. So the Rogue Priest are opting for ruins. I'm kind of surprised by that pick. But maybe they're just trying to not give... Actually, let's see how it goes. I'm curious. It seems like they maybe just don't want the Mage Lock to be able to pillar and like reset, but I'm afraid if the Mage Lock try to play Room, it's gonna be very hard, and they're gonna pull Living Force out from mid. But we'll see how they decide to play this out. Living got soloed by Attrition, dude. Attrition blew Living Force up. Living Force just got caught crossing and kind of got like bullied into like not being able to cross. But then off of that, I think Attrition just hit a fear and just pumped big damn into Living, and Living just passed. So it's game 5, losers bracket. Whatever team loses this match will be eliminated from the tournament. Living Force and 0-2 chose to come to Ruins for game 5. This is their counter pick, and we'll see how it goes. Good luck, good luck. Man, I'm still shocked by the Warlock damage there. I didn't realize Warlock could do that. I'm not sure if there's any cooldowns. I don't know the bracket well enough to know like what that entailed, but that was just a lot of damage very quick coming out of Warlock that I would not have expected. So changes my mind, I guess, on a few things. I still think Living Force should have full committed the cross mid there. When Living Force pulled, like, I think he could have crossed mid, and I think he got scared and pulled back, and then at that point, Rogue, Mage, it was 2 1v1s at that point, but here we go. 0-2 running in, just not even in stealth, just kind of coming out of the gate hot. I'm not really sure what happened here, but double Nova coming out from Ancient onto 0-2 Living Force. Living Force has the Fear Ward again on himself to start the match. Getting the Crippling Poison up onto Ancient. 0-2 waddling himself, trying to catch up. Ancient tries to juke a poly, but ends up having to blink to get him off. Rogue Vanish cheap shot onto Ancient. No blink to get out of that now. Ancient does blow his trinket, though. Attrition getting feared by Living Force. Living Force doing a good job protecting that Fear Ward. Will the Forsaken coming out of Attrition. Attrition now does get the Fear Ward, gets the full fear onto Living Force, while Ancient is controlling 0-2 with polys. Poly DR is about to be up though. Ancient still pretty low HP right now, kind of hurting. Rogue prop sprint, gets frostbitten off the cone of cold there. Ancient going for a bandage over the tomb. Gets a lot of value out of his bandage. Rogue sprint about to expire. Living Force blue AGM for himself. Sitting at full HP. I'm not sure what his health is at when he popped it. I missed it, but Living Force no longer has AGM for himself. Living Force in good position right now, though, to keep 0-2 dispelled and not take any CC on his own. Warlock, though, coming over the tomb. Gets feared by Living Force. Living Force, again, still able to be aggressive on dispels on 0-2 here. He's going to take a polymorph. Oh, 0-2 takes the poly. I'm surprised I didn't go on to living here. Zero just sitting this frostbite. Living Force taking damage himself. Gets feared now on his heel. Shadow Bolt coming out. Living Force in a lot of danger right now. He's out in the open. After seeing that Warlock damage last game, I definitely fear for Living Force. Another Shadow Bolt coming out. Drain life coming out of Living Force. Living Force trying to top himself and make his way back towards Tomb. Gets the fear onto Attriction. While Ancient's just controlling Zero right now. Zero desperately trying to get over to the Warlock and help peel for Living Force, but they both do make it back to the Tomb. Warlock just kind of hitting wide circles right now with his Goblin Boots, trying to keep in line of sight. Gets the fear onto Living Force. Ancient and Affliction both going for first aids here. Ancient able to top himself. Affliction gets a couple ticks before it breaks. Zero, though, gets a re-stealth. Maybe saps this Evocate. Does get the sap on it. Attriction gets the health stone, but doesn't Rain of Fire. I guess Rogue's out of stealth. Just goes for the full run just to try to reconnect. Attriction pops AGM. Goes for the fear. Jukes. Jukes again. Zero gets polyed. Man, Attriction's sitting very low. He's going to be very scared coming into that AGM. Living Force sitting kind of low HP himself. Playing aggressive, though. Hopefully... Oh, Attriction taking the damn... Is the crippling... Void Sack at 2% HP. Living Force also about to go down. Getting drained life by Attriction. Living Force goes down, but let's see if Zero can land the cross kill here. 0-2 gets polyed. Attriction just running for his life right now. It's going to be up to Ancient just to peel just to peel for him. 0-2 struggling to jump on the tomb with the slow here. Attriction out across the map. 10 seconds left on his sack, but I think it's going to be very hard for 0-2 to reconnect here. 0-2 does get the re-stealth, though. Attriction going for the full bandage. 0-2 not really going to be able to stop it without opening himself up to the mage. And that's going to be it. Wow, very nice set by both teams there. That was actually... Man, Living Force and Attriction just like going at it at 2 and like 8% each. And then just drain tanking. Attriction just drain tanking there.
How is that rogue going to kill the druid? He's always going to be like slowed by Ant. But we'll see.
Alright, so wait, let me look at the teams again, the races. So, Nova is human, and Ent is their horde, right? Yeah. So honestly, man, it really comes down to Nova. Like, if he hits an opening, like a good opening sap on Ent, and they're able to, like, also pull Rebull out and like, get a cheap on him, then I think they're going to have a very good time. Like, they're going to have sap and polys to at least force Trinket out of Ent. Yeah. I think the Rogue Mage should go for Druid in this set, but we'll see. My unexpert opinion.
Well, no, I originally thought, but then I thought to myself, Druid's got a lot of things to get away from. Plus, Rogue putting poisons on Nova and putting, like, it might not be enough steam to get there, but I could be wrong.
It's possible. I don't have a good enough sense of damage in this bracket, so I just don't know. Like, if Rebull's not taking CC, like, I don't know if they can just kill in, like, a landed CS. I don't really know what Druid healing throughput looks like and what Mage Rogue damage looks like into a Rogue. But we'll see. Here we go. So we got to see that the perception use out of Nova is going to be key here to get a good opener for the Rogue Mage team. There's perception popped by Nova. Entrox playing across the entire map right now, though. Doing a good job trying to avoid this perception. Rebull a little close right now. Nova might get a peek on him.
He might
but...
get it. Nova might get Ent. He might get Ent.
Yeah, he's coming up close. He's coming up close. 4 seconds left on perception.
He sees him. He sees him. He sees him.
Gets the sap. It's not gonna get the cheap, but gets the sap. Trinket out of Entrox and sprint. Amish still not in the play yet. Kind of slowly moving across mid. Nova now got to get rooted. Trinkets. I believe Trinkets that. I don't know why my Trinkets aren't showing right now. For anybody but Entrox. I guess they all still have Trinket then.
He's wasted sprint though.
Yep.
So, not sure about that.
I didn't see any gouges come out. Maybe dodged or maybe didn't use. Not sure which. Amish popping perception gets rooted, but Entrox able to get the sap because his line of sight from Amish right now. I'm just going to keep going for these resaps, wait out the perception. Gonna get a poly on a rebuild. Can just shift it though, so not gonna net too much. Bash out onto Nova. And Nova getting just kind of whittled away here. Rebuild and Entrox doing a good job, just kind of avoiding. Comes in with the evasion, probably to try to avoid this gouge here. Nova's gonna have to pop AGM.
They have to go in, and they can't just keep going back. They don't have anything to like heal with after that. That's the thing.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I would have played aggressive here. Nova would or Entrox would have taken the polys, but actually, not the worst thing in the world. Actually, they're just waiting out the AGM out of Nova, so maybe it's good that they just reset here. They get AGM, they reset, get a re-stealth, and I think now things are gonna be very scared. They're gonna get a sap onto Amish here. Nova's gonna be a lot of trouble. He's got Fairy Fire up, so he can't re. So Entrox just kind of gets to open on him and gets rooted. So really nice job by the Rogue Druid team. Nova getting beaten up in this root, sits the full duration of the root while taking damage. It does not break. Very unfortunate for him. Amish gets bashed, and Nova is going to go down. 1v2 scenario for Amish.
Schmuck should have focused on CCing a bit more at the end.
Impact stun onto Entrox, and Red Bull gets CS'd. Amish just sending the boots and going in aggressive. I mean, what else do you do in this situation? Entrox does get the re-stealth and cheap shot there. Amish, I believe, either blinked or trinketed it out. I didn't pay attention enough. AGM coming out from Entrox. Rebull is just trying to top him right now. Gouge out onto Amish. Rebull going to move in to help with damage here. Gets the entangle up. And now Entrox just going to try to pump away. Amish's AGM, though, is also popped. So kick onto Amish. Blinks out.
Yeah, there's not enough. Epic red procced.
Don't think he's going to be able to do anything with this, unfortunately. It's going to be 1-0 for Entrox and Rebull. How do I pronounce his name? Is it Rebull or Rebel? Red Bull. Fucking A. Alright. 1-0 for Druid Rogue. Best of 5. We're on winner's side of the bracket.
They just got to go hyper offensive. That's their team. They can't sit it out. Like as soon as they blow sprint, you just got to keep going because they just don't have that killing potential if they try to reset. That's how I feel.
Yeah, the thing is the Rogue Mage team can't reset because of Fairy Fire, and that's very, very difficult for them.
They need to just go.
Yeah, I really think though they have to, I don't know. They got the opening. I feel like Amish needed to push in a little earlier last game. I feel like Amish was a little late to the party on the open. Nova did come out and get a sap. Entrox trinketed the sap, though, I believe, on the open last match. Let's see how this goes. Rogue Mage picked this map. Yes, this is their counter pick. So they decided to come back to this arena again for game 2.
Wow. He's up there a lot more.
All right, no perception yet coming out of Nova. Just trying to hold it. Amish has combat on Rebull, though, right now.
That's really
but
smart.
It can't really be sapped anyways in cat form, I guess. Nova pops perception. Trying to fish out that Entrox Rogue here. It's crazy how you see like a laser where the person's aiming, like looking.
Yeah.
that's so weird.
He sees him.
Doesn't get it though. It gets pulled.
Yeah.
Entrox popping the sprint though in return. Amish Girl is sapped. Very good sap.
He needs to go back to the mage right now.
Yep, Fairy Fire on him, so it's going to be very, very hard for him to clear that and reset. It's going to be pretty much not possible. Sap from Entrox going out onto Amish, and now he's going to open with a cheap shot onto Nova. Evasion coming out as well to follow it up. AGM coming out of Nova. Pops his evasion as well in return and sprint.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Root onto Amish. Goblin Mortar coming out onto Entrox.
Oh my gosh.
It's another, it looks like a Vanished Sheep onto Nova there, Giard.
This is actually good for the Mage Rogue team.
And Truck's taking damage. Line of sighting the Druid here. Still playing. He uses the AGM, though, to play aggressive around the pillar here and LOS the Druid.
Smart.
I like it. Boots coming out from Nova, trying to get away here.
He needs to... He can't.
20 seconds. 20 seconds on that Fairy Fire. I don't think he's going to be able to hold that off to get a re-stealth. And Truck's coming around. Coming in hot. Still has a couple seconds left on his... Ooh. Nova real low here. Oh, looks like he might go down. Yep, there it is.
Got him.
Amish gets gouged as a follow-up, and looks like there's not much left. Druid aggressively using that mana and getting a lot of value out of it. I mean, if you're gonna get the kill out of the mana, burn it. I like it. They're playing aggressive, and it's netting them a lot. Beat the yard, like, and then he's just gonna have to control him and just hope the rogue can keep uptime on the Druid while the mage just does what he can to control the rogue.
And then get the counter spells as well on top of that. Then yeah, there's a chance, but AGM makes it a lot harder to do that. Alright. So it looks like they're going in.
Playing in the room.
He's gonna get in.
Gets the cheap on the Druid here. Playing it aggressive. They're actually gonna put a lot of damage to the Druid right now. He's looking a little rough. AGM already coming out from him. Nova with the Trinket Sprint.
Oh my gosh. Getting
a lot of uptime right now. Trinket Sprint evasion just sitting on Rebull. Sheep shot coming out from Entrox. I assume that was a Vanished Sheep there. Not sure though.
Mage is going in. You got the impact.
Man, impact's done on Rebull. Amish getting a lot of damage out. Bash coming out to alleviate some pressure from Rebull. Nova's AGM is popped here. Boots from Amish. Gets the Nova on Rebull. Arcane Missiles coming out to try to, I guess, keep putting damage in as he line of sights here.
Very well done.
Polymorph onto Entrox. Man, Rebull's in some trouble here. Entrox can't do anything to peel, and Rebull, I think Rebull might go down here. Missiles coming out. He has his boots popped. He's going to get line of sight here. Missiles are still going to keep hitting. 1% HP on Rebull. 5%? 3%? Rejuvenation keeping him up right now?
Oh my gosh! Dude, he's going to get him.
Nova's going to connect here. Impact stun, and he does go down. It's a 2v1 situation. Entrox gets Nova. It has his Goblin Boots popped. He's going to get... Ooh. The bomb breaks the poly. Amish getting an Evo. Nova's got 5 seconds left on his Fairy Fire. Maybe he goes for a re-stealth cheap here.
He knows he's got to go aggressive.
And Truck's getting the bandage. Only gets 1 tick before he tries to line again. Nova getting a few ticks as well. Gouge out onto Entrox. Amish should be able to hit a big Frostbolt here to start things off. Gouge onto Nova though.
Yeah, good
impact stuns. Do this impact? Oh, damn. Impact into impact there.
Yeah,
another impact. Triple DR the impact. Damn.
And once they kind of got their ground, if they're in a good spot, then they'll kind of be more aggressive. Depends how they get Nova and Amish start up the opener. We'll see.
Sorry. All right, we're off.
Sitting back. Oh no, I think they're going for
Perception coming out from Nova.
Wow. He's seen them both. Nice. This perception might. He's got it.
Does get the sap on Entrox here. Rebull though now getting pulled out by Amish. Nova's going to go for the resaps here, and they're just going to try to 1v1 right now. Amish versus Rebull. Rebull pops Goblin Boots to get across the map. Nova does get the resap and goes for Goblin Boots to get across as well to Rebull. Rebull has the Nature's Grasp up. Entrox Boots as well to come in and peel. Gets the cheap shot on Nova.
Good sheep.
Doesn't get the sheep on anything here. Double evasion from the rogues. These polys not coming out. Rebull just trying to line of sight as much as he can right now. Entrox sitting pretty healthy at the moment. Nova pops AGM here. Gets rooted as well from Rebull. Entrox sets a full poly. I would just LOS right now if I were Rebull. Maybe get a little dots on Nova, but he needs to be careful right now to not get... He's playing very aggressive right now, actually. Pops the dash and just tries to put in more damage to Nova. Entrox needs to get there quick as possible to get this cheap shot open. Doesn't actually get the cheap. Rebull in a little trouble. Gets the Nova, or gets the gouge onto Nova. Entrox taking his sheep though himself. Rebull gets a regrowth on him, rejuvenation, and now he's trying to line some more. Nova gets sheeped. And now Nova taking some pressure.
Mage is trying to just put pressure on the druid. Oh no, he's gone back.
Man, Nova dropping 20% here.
He's already used AGM. Good shit.
Wow.
He needs to keep the rogue.
Nova does go down. Entrox gets out, gets a sprint off, and just is able to finish him off. Gouge on the Amish, and now I think that should be the set here.
Yeah, it's a set.
3-1 for Entrox and Rebull. Nice games to both teams.
Yeah, well done.
Well done. Definitely going to be something that they need to mitigate. And I think sitting on top of him will hopefully make that very difficult for him to get those fears out. Ancient is going to... Honestly, if Amish can just control Ancient, then Rogue should be able to have good uptime on Warlock, I think. So it's pretty much going to come down to like maybe a Mage v Mage sort of scenario. Where they just have to out-control one another. All right, here we go. Game 1.
Warlock's gonna get in combat.
Yep, Warlock will get combat from Pet here.
Both in combat.
Gets the sap onto Warlock. Really nice sap by Nova. Trinket coming out into an immediate cheap shot. Damage coming out onto Attrition. Ancient polying Amish. Amish trinkets. Another poly onto Nova now. Trinket, another poly onto Nova. Nova's going to take a fear now as well. Attrition, though, a lot of damage on him. AGM coming out. Amish just pumping Scorches in right now. Ancient trying to get slows onto Nova. Nova pops the Gnomish boots. Amish sitting a full fear at the moment. Amish taking a lot of damage now, too. Drain Life coming out from Affliction onto Amish. Amish dipping low, pops AGM and blinks in aggressively. Nova takes the poly on his sprint there, but it's going to be DR'd now. Attriction's AGM fades. Nova catches on the boots. Warlock sack coming out. Rogue has perma uptime right now, though. Gets a kick onto the Warlock. Poly coming out from Ancient, but it's not going to be enough. Doesn't land on anything, and they're able to get the kill. Amish still sitting low health right now. Ancient pushing it. Gets the Nova onto Nova and pushes for Amish now. Amish is doing his best to line his side and wait out this Nova. Ancient getting the full poly onto Nova and evocating. Amish going for the bandage, and it looks like they're going to call it. So
well done. Well done. They played exactly how they needed to.
Yep, game 1 goes to the Rogue Mage.
I'm very impressed, actually. Well done.
Rain of Fire and Blizzard immediately pulling Nova out of stealth. Good call out by them, both hitting him out.
He's gonna make a move.
He does get the re-stealth though. Maybe gets the sap. Wow. Does get the sap onto Ancient. Wow. Ancient Trinket Novas though, and then Nova's gonna sprint out of that. Ancient takes the poly from Amish. Amish coming in with the Cone of Cold, and they're just getting a lot of pressure onto the Warlock already. Warlock at 50%, and Amish popping AGM, getting feared. I'm not sure about the AGM on Amish here.
Yeah.
Nova trinketing into a full poly there immediately. Amish just running in aggressive with this just trying to get full use out of this AGM and just going in and just doing as much damage as possible. Gets feared. Attrition getting drained life, a little bit of health back. Goblin Mortar getting feared, doesn't come out. Nova coming out of his polys, sits a full Nova now though.
Yeah, nice Nova.
Amish Girl might be in a little trouble here. Getting a lot of damage onto Attrition though, gets the impact stun. Attrition using the Void Sack here. Amish Girl though, looking scared as well. Cheap shot onto Ancient, putting damage in. Throws a poly onto Ancient. I'm not really sure about that poly here. I'm not sure.
Yeah. I think it's miscommunication who they want to kill.
Right, Attrition just back there getting getting a bandage. Amish getting a bandage as well. Gets broken by Blizzard though. Nice job by Ancient to deny that here.
Very good, very good.
Poly onto Attrition. Nova gets the re-stealth though. Gets pulled by Blizzard. Nice pull by Ancient. Just reads the pathing of Nova. Nova taking the shortest route and Ancient calling that out. Impact stun from Amish onto Ancient. Ancient pops the Fire Ward. Immediately gets consumed by more damage. Evoke coming out by Ancient Lich. Amish sitting low health across the map as well. I think both their bandages are on cooldown at the moment. Amish getting an eat and drink, I think. Nova just being that stealth threat right now.
Got the eyes.
Yep.
Well done.
Ancient grabs eye, gets a bandage.
Free bandage. Yeah.
I like that. Just grabbing eye and using it to protect your bandage.
It's very, very well done.
Attrition, go for another Voidwalker. Amish CS's it though. Blinks in for the CS. Throws out the Scorch here.
Oh, he's got any damage.
Gonna get some damage, and Nova's gonna get the open too. Ancient went across them after the eye. I'm not really liking that play. Atrixion's in trouble, and Amish had to, or Ancient went out of the play to get that eye. Attrition pops AGM. Fear onto Amish. Poly onto Nova.
He needs to go back in first stage.
Re-Poly onto Nova. He's gonna fear out of that. Attrition needs to get out of there and bandage. That was not gonna have AGM for the next open now, so. Amish, though, still taking a little pressure. Nova coming to try to peel. Amish going to get a few bandage ticks here before Ancient stops it. Attrition going for another Voidwalker right now, so Ancient just needs to buy as much time for Attrition as he can. He's going to get the Voidwalker out here.
Well done, getting the Voidwalker out.
Yep.
Well done.
Frostbite proc onto Nova. Amish Girl taking some damage. A Fear is going to come out as well, and damage is going to continue hitting on this Fear. Sitting at 46%. Nova having trouble doing anything right now, just getting very much controlled by the Mage Lock, and Nova's not really in a good position right now to help Amish. Amish taking a lot of damage. Gets the CS onto Attrition. Searing Pain, though, is not going to come out, and Amish is going to go down. Wow, nice job by Mage Lock team. I don't think Nova's going to be able to do anything here against this. This is a very scary duo to go into. Favors the Mage Lock, but I don't know. I feel like they can just play out wide on this map and make it very, do the same thing to Nova. So I'm not sure I like this pick from the Rogue Mage team, but we'll see what they do with it. It is 1-1 currently. Amish just playing back. Ancient pushing up, trying to get this Blizzard to pull Nova. Nova doing a good job pathing right now to avoid all this.
Very good this time. That'll help him in the opener.
Voidwalker slowly moving over. Wow. Gets the sap onto Ancient. Ancient just very, very close with these call-outs here. I'm very curious if he saw him or something, but
I feel like it.
Amish booting out, just getting pressure onto Attrition here. Ancient gets CS'd on the Poly. Amish going to throw out a Poly himself now onto Ancient. Really nice. Trinket coming out of Ancient. Kona Cold. AGM popped by Amish Girl. Poly's coming out onto Nova. Nova had to use Trinket on the first Poly there. Attriction's sacked, yeah. Amish taking a lot of damage. Mitigate a lot of it with AGM, but now that that's expired, it broke. AGM full broke. He's taking so much damage in that. He can't play out like that anymore after that AGM, so.
Can't sustain it.
Nova, no Trinket, no sprint. And they're going to get pushed back into room here. Amish, I would imagine, goes for bandage here. Attrition going to try to get his other Voidwalker out now. So, Rogue Mage only able to force a Trinket out of Lich and a sack out of Attrition. I don't think they got either AGM from the Mage Lock team, right?
No.
So,
Got sack.
Mage Lock doing a very good job using minimal cooldowns there to mitigate that. Nova definitely used Trinket Sprint. Amish used AGM, so I think that trade was pretty efficient for the Mage Lock team here. I'm stuck.
This is the right move.
Mage Lock pushing in. Ancient gets gouged. Gonna get a Poly on him out of that, maybe? It's gonna be 5-second Poly. They're just gonna go put some damage on him. Ancient having to use his AGM here. Doesn't really like what he's feeling, but wants to still play aggressive.
Yeah. I think they know he can get it.
Attrition pushing him for the Fear. Gets one on Nova, that immediately breaks, though. And Ancient.
Going into it.
Yeah. His AGM got blown through there.
Bloody Nova, dude.
Big fucking bomb there.
Mage has gone down, dude. He's got
Ancient pretty much low HP.
Yeah, it's my
Amish trying to peel.
Oh, maybe.
Wow, there goes.
Dude, they got it.
Rogue Mage get the kill. Looks like a Fire Blast there to finish the kill off. Still low though. Amish takes big Shadow Bolt there. Almost dies. Might die to Voidwalker here in dots. He does. Voidwalker finishes it off with the dots. It's now 1v1, Rogue Lock. Boots coming out of both of them here. Getting good uptime. Kicks the fear.
I think he got it. Oh my gosh.
Voidwalker coming over to try to help here. Searing Pain gonna hit.
Oh, he got the Searing Pain. He lined it.
What rooted him there?
The Epic Ring.
Oh man, that's super unfortunate for Nova. Wow. What a clutch ring proc. Somebody link me that ring.
Epic, it's called the Dead Man's Hand.
Yeah, I've seen it, but I don't remember like the tooltip on it. I remember seeing it in Classic.
Ancient's always trying to pick him out, so let's just see how he goes in.
Alright, here we go.
He's mixing it up. He's going the opposite way. That's smart.
Coming in aggressive here. Throwing out the Blizzard.
Oh, jeez.
Trying to cover as much of the field as possible here.
I think he's baiting the... Yeah.
Sap going out onto Ancient by Nova. Nice sap here. Not sure if he's going to be able to really convert too much off it. They might just have to open on Ancient Lich here. They should open Mage. Mage probably Imagine... Oh, they don't even open with a cheap here.
Cheap shot? What?
No. AGM coming out from Ancient, though. Just negating all of that opener damage.
He needs to see the walk more so that...
Polymorph onto Amish, into Fear. Sprint out of Nova, into Poly. Nova does Trinket, but it gets feared out of that. Amish just using boots, staying aggressive on Attrition. Gets Amish in a little trouble here. Nova pops AGM as well, having trouble connecting at the moment. Amish girl sitting in the open. He's got to be very careful he doesn't get teed off on here.
Yeah,
Amish again, though, going in aggressive. Kona Cold throws the Poly out onto Attrition. Trinkets coming from Attrition.
Mage, he broke sheep. He broke sheep, dude. Don't think that was a good idea. He was trying to get the rope, but he broke sheep in the
Nova and Amish looking in a lot of trouble right now.
Oh, Nova.
Polymorph from Amish going onto Attrition. No. Amish and Nova need to land a kill on Ancient here. Amish getting CS'd by Ancient. Nova's just going to go down to Arcane Explosions here. It's going to be a 1v2 for Amish, and I'm not sure going to have what it takes to clutch it with cooldowns here. Amish, though, blinking in, staying aggressive. Gets the Nova. Oh, it looks like maybe resist Nova onto Ancient. I'm not sure.
Oh, he got feared.
Yeah. Ancient going to get a full bandage, and I think that's going to be it. So, Ancient Lich and Attrition going to be able to take the set. Losers finals 3-1 over Nova and Amish. Good games to both teams.
Well done. It's unfortunate.
So in our earlier set, we saw the Mage Lock team opting to go for Rebull, trying to land kills on the Druid. Since the Druid can't dispel magic, the Rogue sits full polys, full fears, full Novas. It's very, very difficult for the Rogue to keep up time because they can just control him very, very, very much.
It comes down to how well the Mage sees a Rogue and how well, but then the other side of it is how well the Druid goes aggressive and at the right times. I think they're the two major factors.
Right. On the flip side, Druid has to apply pressure when the Rogue cannot on that Warlock and try to make sure that the Warlock's not getting any bandage resets. And we'll see how it goes. Rain of Fire coming extremely close to Entrox here. Barely able to dodge that. Keeps his stealth. And is able to continue trying to get a good opener here. Entrox does get the sap on Attrition. Not sure what they're going to net out of it, though. Ancient just throwing some Arcane Explosions out, trying to avoid. Cheap Shot going out onto Attrition. Rebull throwing Entangling Roots onto Ancient Lich here. Entrox does take the poly, though. Trinkets it a little late. Goes to throw a Goblin Mortar. Gets Impact Stun into... Was that an Impact into poly? Oh, Backfire into poly. Wow.
Backfire. That's what I was talking about.
Yeah, very unlucky.
Yeah, very unlucky, dude. That's part of the risk.
Yep. Takes the fear, breaks the fear. Rebull having trouble trying to connect back to Entrox to heal him up. Just kind of getting controlled in mid, trying to cross back over. Entrox trying to line aside as best as he can. Wait for his Druid to come out of CC. But Mage Lock's just going to press on. Sprint coming on Entrox as he gets a gap on the slope. Does take a Nova on it, though. Now he's just about to get teed off on. A lot of trouble for him. Does vanish Cheap Shot onto Ancient. Gets feared. Will of the Forsakens. Comes line of sight. 1% HP and does drop. The Hots were not enough to keep him up there.
That mortar, man. That's what did it.
And I'm curious. When he vanished there, I'm not sure When he went to cheap shot the mage there out of the vanish, it just put him into the line of the warlock again. I almost would have just line of sighted with that vanish, and he might have been able to recover with Rebull, but still would have been very difficult. Rebull AGM coming out, Ancient Lynch AGM, and Rebull is just going to go down here. He's not going to be able to do anything. So game one, pretty handily won by the mage lock here. It just seemed like a scenario where the druid got caught trying to cross, and just warlock was able to control him, while the mage and warlock both just worked away at the rogue. Rogue isn't really able to do much. He just kind of slowed on the pillar, and his druid's getting feared, bad fear pathing across map into the corner. So crazy. Game one going to the mage lock. All right, counter pick is already in. They're ready to go for game two. We're going to go to Blade's Edge Arena here for game two. This map was definitely one of the interesting ones from the earlier set. A lot of resets going on this map. A lot of line of sight to be had for the Rogue Druid team. Just trying to avoid those fears and polys as much as possible. Playing bottom side on this map definitely gives them that capability. So grand finals 1-0 for Mage Lock. Ancient Lich and Attrition.
If I had to put it, I think this map may go to... I mean, this map is advantageous to both teams. It's just how they play it, but yeah, it's hard because Mage, Warlock got the advantages with the eyes, and it prevents them from getting set, from letting the rogue set up on them.
Oh yeah.
So we'll see.
Oh yeah, it's very, very hard for the Rogue Druid to play topside on this map. The thing is if they try to play topside, the Mage Lock can just drag Rogue across the bridge, pulling the Druid out, and then... Or sorry, I guess technically it's not going to work like that. They're trying to go for Druid kill target, so a little different, but... Regardless, very, very difficult to play topside. Alright, game two underway.
Oh, they're going hard, trying to get them out quick. Ooh.
Oh yeah, they've been very aggressive. Ancient's been blinking in to get these like aggressive blizzards on the start of these games.
Okay, they think they may be ahead. Yeah, they're behind.
Tangling coming out of Rebull onto Attrition. I don't know if Entrox is going to be able to get this open, though. I'm surprised Ancient isn't throwing a blizzard on top of Attrition right now. Try to protect him, but... Wow, just opens with the cheap on the mage. Gets procced on for the freeze, but... Pre-pops Will of the Forsaken here, I believe. I'm not sure how I feel there, but... Entrox throwing sprint. First aid coming out from Ancient Lich. Going to get a couple ticks here. Moonfire stops it. Attrition trying to throw fears out onto Entrox, I believe. Entrox doing a good job just getting pushback on him right now. Tries to juke the fear. Entrox still holding his kick, I believe. Maybe misses the kick on the poly and gouges there. Not sure, though. Poly going to go into Entrox. Rebull taking a little damage himself. He needs to definitely keep himself healthy, but also put a little pressure on the Warlock here if he wants to try to net something soon for his team.
I wonder if you can Warlock in first aid soon. Probably Druid's not going to let him.
Yeah, Druid's definitely going to make sure he's not letting that happen, but Entrox is taking a little damage here as well, so Druid's going to make sure he's keeping his team healthy. Entrox using Goblin Boots, gets onto the Warlock again. A lot of pressure coming out. AGM coming out from Entrox, takes a D-Yard Polymorph. Rebull playing right on top of Attrition. His AGM is also going to come out. Fear onto Entrox. Man, Druid just needs to keep pressure on Attrition here, and I think they can secure this game. Druid, though, takes a fear. Attrition getting the bandage. And a lot of value out of that. Gets about half HP there. A little over half. Entrox getting controlled right now by the Mage. Mage drops down into them to sit on top of the Druid here. He's going to work his way back towards the ramp to come back up. Entrox just sitting the Gauntlet of CC right now.
The Mage will got to reset. They've got to reset at top.
They're both coming down. They're playing aggressive here. I'm not sure how I'm feeling about this. Rebull gets a Moonfire onto Attrition. Entrox still waddling at the moment. Warlock Mage going to split sides of the map. Rebull taking a fear. Warlock gets up top. Has a dot ticking on him. Gonna look for a bandage soon, I believe. Rebuild, though, throwing his Goblin Boots, trying to make sure that doesn't happen. He's going to get a Moonfire here. Entrox has the re-stealth down low. Attrition drops. Entrox going to walk right over now. Maybe even a Sap onto Mage here. If Sap on Mage would be massive here. Ooh, pulls him out of stealth with a Nova. And Attrition, though, just getting worked by these Moonfires right now. Rebuild just using mana aggressively. Just needs to put as much pressure onto Attrition as possible here. I'd throw another Moonfire here and just keep it up. Cannot let that fade. There it is. Another Moonfire hits. 5% going back into starting room here. Entrox taking slows here. Warlock sack coming out at 2%.
Good sack. Good sack. This Druid Rebel just needs to go hard.
Yeah, he's doing everything he can, using his mana to shift and Moonfire here to stay aggressive. Entrox needs to do anything he can to it.
Oh, the fear.
Wow. Even to throw a weapon right now would be clutch if he can get down at the right angle here. Just make sure no bandage. He's getting an eat right now at 9%. The Warlock sack is going to go out soon. Is that 10%? Maybe get a sap here. It does at 12%. Druid should be able to just move in. I think this should be the kill for Entrox. 3%, 2%. Attrition does go down. Ancient not able to get the polymorph out. Had thrown a CS on a Rebull. I think on a route that may be there, but it's not enough. Druid Rogue able to win game 2. 1-1 on the set. We got this. All right, here we go. Game 3. Rain of Fire immediately on the right pillar. Almost pulls Entrox. Entrox just dancing right on the edge of it. I already have some Mage Rogue action, or Mage Druid action going on right now. CS onto the Druid. Entangling. Tries to get the Entangling. Blinks to get around it. The cheap shot on the Warlock. Kind of creates some counter pressure there out of Entrox. Wow, very nice sap and resap onto the Trinket. Sprint coming out of Entrox onto the Warlock. Very clean there. Polymorph coming out. Gonna get a poly. Oh, vanishes the poly. Still keeping crazy up top on the Warlock right now. Does take the poly now. Druid, though, just gonna keep applying pressure. Now, I don't know if the Mage can do much to peel it. Rebuild pulling back right now. I'm not sure why. I would be running at the Warlock. Gets a root onto the Mage. Maybe just to try to keep the Rogue in the play. Rebuild now using mana to get across map. Attrition sitting at 6%. Still has his AGM. Getting his bandage off. Only going to get a couple ticks, though. He's probably going to have to AGM off this. Rebuild lines the fear. Mage desperately trying to keep Entrox out of the play, but he's going to connect here soon. Rebel again. Lining. That's a Void Sack, and he just goes down. Big damage coming out of both Rogue and Druid. And there it is. Wow. Very convincing win by Entrox and Rebuild. Very nice job. A lot of damage coming out from both of them. Look at that Druid damage, too. All right, let's see. I want to see this Mage Lock bring it back here. Let's go. Grand Finals, 2-1. Rogue, Druid. Attrition kind of playing over by the eye spawn here. Playing wide.
Oh, I got him.
Ooh,
oh,
how is that not getting him? That's insane.
What the hell?
Sap going out onto Ancient by Entrox here. Gonna get an Entangle. Entangle out onto Attrition. Entrox gonna blow boots just to get on top of him here. Mage sits the full sap, blinks in, tries to poly Entrox here. Entrox lands a kick onto Attrition there.
Kick the Mage?
Man, Mage is not getting these polys out. They're not landing. Entrox does take a poly now. Entrox still has Trinket though, I believe. Just kind of chilling on it. Druid just putting a lot of pressure into Attrition, man. Entrox with the Will Forsaken, just sprinting at Attrition. Attrition uses Gnome Boots. Poly going out into Entrox. Entrox Trinkets there. Immediately gets some Frostbolt slows into a Frostbite proc. Druid, though, just putting crazy pressure onto Attrition. Attrition lands the Fear. Attrition pops Void Sack.
Very good.
Entrox out of the play right now. Ancient doing a good job keeping him away. Attrition lands the Fear onto Rebull. Attrition, though, needs to be able to get a reset.
He needs to recover, man. He let the Druid get a free dot. He should have recovered back earlier.
Ancient needs to play as aggressive as possible here to stop this. Rebuild, though, popping boots to go deny this first aid. Gets in there and stops it. Does get a little bit of decent value out of the bandage, though. Gets up a little over 50% here. And now they can put some pressure into Rebull. Rebull doing a nice job using the side of the map here to line of sight. Over by the eye. Entrox going for a re. Gets it. Does he get it? Very nice sap and a gouge there. He does get it, even on that kind of cold. Rebull taking fears. Entrox just throwing the Evo. Fear onto Rebull. And Sharks gets a re. Does get pulled out on it though. Gouge onto Ancient. I imagine he's just going to open into this damage. Or open into this. Gets AGM out of him. Probably plays the line now. Lines the Fear. Lining the Mage. Rebull gets maybe a ticket first aid there. Poly and Fear overlapped onto Entrox. Actually really good. Druid just needs to avoid damage here. Ancient's Trinket fading soon here.
Good shape on Ent. Yeah, they need to put more pressure on the Druid.
Yep.
At this point.
They're just trying to peel themselves right now, but they're not actually creating any pressure.
And they're getting worn out.
Druid's mana is low though. If the Mage Law can live a little longer, they might be able to start creating a lot more pressure. But Attriction's sitting this full root. Entrox getting close. Gets the gouge onto Ancient. Slice and dice put up. No fear there. I'm not sure if he stopped the cast or resisted there, but
he didn't. He must have resisted.
Yeah. Rebull gets CS, just runs at him in cat form though. Takes a fear. Ancient just frostbolting both targets, getting a poly onto Entrox. Attriction gonna get a bandage here in room, I think.
He might get a full bandage. Oh, dude, this makes it interesting. Oh, very nice.
Rebull and Entrox just trying to put damage into Ancient, but Entrox can't really play the game right now. These frostbolts are just working him. Rebull did a little damage to Mage there and goes to line.
The Mage just about too, so you gotta keep that in mind. I mean, Red Bull's at half mana. Yeah,
true. So... Attriction gets his Void out though, and it doesn't really look like they want to kill Ancient too much. I'm sure he can fire rank 1 frostbolts for pretty much ever without mana, I would imagine. So it's really gonna true. And then regen enough for polys occasionally, I guess. Ancient maybe gonna go for the eye here if needed. Getting a drink. Rebull feared, can't stop it. Entrox wills the fear on himself, which also breaks the fear on Rebull. Entrox sits a poly.
Attriction just needs to move.
Yeah, they just gotta get distance on these CCs. I feel like they're not getting enough gap here. Overlaps the DR fear on top of the poly, which doesn't really net them anything there.
He's got a poly on Ent.
Rebull regen a good amount of mana here. Rebull gets CS. Entrox just needs to connect on whatever he can here, but just trying to line the Mage at the moment. I think he really wants to go for that Warlock again. Poly onto Rebull. Gonna shift it. Funneling health in the Voidwalker. Voidwalker's actually sitting pretty low HP here. I'll throw it up on focus so we can see that Voidwalker's health.
Oh jeez, it is low. I feel like the Mage World is so worn out.
Yeah, they're doing enough to survive, but they're having trouble creating pressure. Cheap shot onto Ancient. No. Warlock is in room getting a bandage right now, so Ancient's kind of on his own at the moment, having to peel for himself. Gets polys onto Entrox. No trinkets for either team at the moment for a good 40 seconds. Entrox polys into Fear. Fear pathing is actually pretty good for Entrox, putting him towards the Mage here at least. Attriction gonna run to Tomb though and get as much distance as possible from Entrox. Actually, Entrox is gonna be in trouble with this positioning. He's not gonna be able to play the game for a while. He's very, very far caught out.
Yeah. They gotta do some. The Warlock's gotta do some momentum where he can.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of pressure coming onto Rebull here. Lock Mage looking very healthy right now, so they're gonna put pressure into Rebull. Entrox can't play the game at the moment. Got feared out into mid and just getting controlled off it. Yeah. Rebull now trying to stay alive. And Entrox having trouble. Entrox gets the sprint off. Gets feared though. Wills the fear. Rebull being a little aggressive now. Gets a root out of the Warlock. Entrox gonna get a stealth and cheap onto the Warlock. Big damage gonna be coming out here. Rebull not helping with the damage though. Just kind of fighting the Ped right now. Trying to kill the Ped before the Void Sack.
He's got got a sack, dude. He's got a sack.
He needs to sack it. He doesn't get the sack off. Nice job by Rebull to get that sneaky pet kill there.
Gosh.
Fear onto Entrox.
They just got to put pressure on the Druid.
Yeah, Entrox is going to have trouble getting back into the game again here. It's going to be up to Rebull just to keep pressure on the Warlock and keep himself healthy. Entrox is going to take root slows and polys here. Rebull taking a fear himself. Actually feared out into the open now, and Ancient might have a chance to put damage in. Hits the Nova on Entrox to keep him busy while Ancient and...
Good AGM.
Yep. Very nice fight. Rebull gets a fear, but AGM should keep him alive during this fear to at least get back to the pillar.
I'd try to get a first aid right now. If I was a Warlock, I'd try to get a first aid right now.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they're going to get through this AGM. I feel like I agree. He should be just trying to reset himself. This Rogue's DR is going to be up soon. And Attriction's looking not very healthy. Rebull is going to be able to put a lot of pressure in, and as soon as Entrox is able to reconnect, it's going to be trouble.
He's doing good to line the fears, and he's just getting hit hard. This is really sketchy.
That Cat 4 damage is coming in. We might not even need Entrox to do anything. It might just be Druid here. Druid's mana is getting dangerously low, though, but Attriction's health is just whittling away. He's at 6%, going back into room. Pops AGM at 6%. The Rogue throw was coming in.
That's a big AGM.
Rogue pops boots here, takes a Nova, is going to get polyed. It's going to be a full poly. Attriction getting a bandage in room. He AGMs to live there, but doesn't net too much actual absorb out of it, but gets a full heal.
Full pressure right now. They can't let Red Bull recover. This is it.
They're going to go for the Woodwalker here, so they're just buying time still. They want to get a full reset. Ancient's been doing a good job, though, just playing the 1v2 in these scenarios. Entrox, though, does have the stealth, but Eye breaks it from Ancient. Rebull just opting to sit this because he's low on mana, doesn't want to shift it. It's not urgent at the moment. I like that choice by him just to chill. Warlock Pet's back into play. I'll set focus on that pet again so we can keep an eye on his health here. That pet's already getting worked. Attriction trying to keep it alive so he has it for the sack option later. Rebull gets the root onto Attriction. Entrox with the sap on Ancient right now. He's going to move towards the Warlock who can't move right now. There's going to be a huge open here. Gets the open. Polymorph's going to come out. Gets the poly onto Entrox. Void sack though coming out. He did force the sack. Entrox probably going to have trouble for a while reconnecting now. He's going to take the fears. He actually has will for the fear. Gouges Mage. Very DR'd. Gets Nova'd onto him. Attriction doing a good job keeping distance, but it's not going to be in line of sight to make any plays right now.
They have to keep in mind improved sprint. We'll come up within a minute, so.
That break snares.
Yeah, and that's coming soon, so we might see something here soon.
I'm not sure why it's only giving me the mage's cooldowns on this UI. It's very frustrating. I would love to see everybody's. I'll have to figure that out. Rebull regened a lot of mana here. He's about half. Gouge on an Ancient from Entrox. Entrox just going to go ahead and start swinging into him. I think that's the right play, man. I feel like if Entrox just pressures anything he can touch at this point, it's gonna keep the mage lock playing D rather than like playing aggressive. Rebull pops his boots though and goes to deny this first aid. Does stop the first aid. Fear's gonna come out from Attriction. A lot of pushback on it though. He's sitting pretty low health.
He's got nothing to really get out of this either.
Rebull's out of the fear. Hits a Moonfire. Entrox can't really connect. Ancient just playing the CC game right now. Throw a weapon, just putting a little more damage in. Rebull just full running at him. Still has a good amount of mana to just keep pressure up. Rebull gets the fear. Entrox has the stealth though. Maybe gets the sap. Does get the sap onto Ancient here. Huge! Just has to connect. Boots coming out from Attriction to try to stay alive. Not let Entrox connect. Very good boots right now. Doing a great job buying time for the sap to expire. Ancient blinks in out of that. Gets a poly on Entrox. Crazy, crazy usage of those boots right now by Attriction. Rebull, though, with the Moonfire, trying to play aggressive. Gonna burn a lot of mana shifting, getting into Attriction here. Gonna create a Hellstone. That bandage is still gonna be on cooldown.
Right, Hellstone, dude.
Gets into the room. Cat damage coming out. Fear lands on Rebull. Warlock managing to stay alive. Entrox with the stealth, though. Gonna get the cheap. Oh, it looks like an ambush maybe for the kill there. Wow. Very, very awesome grand finals. Very nice job by Introx and Rebuild to clutch the grands there. Nice job to Attriction and Ancient Lich. Very exciting games. Crazy, crazy live lording done by Attriction there, and Ancient to just keep the peels up for Attriction to kite. Nice usage by cooldowns by Attriction there as well. I really liked that boots. Buying out that time on the sap on Ancient there. Good game to both teams. That was fun.
Yeah, they did really good. I think the Warlock did there is he live tapped twice, and that was 2 globals wasted when he could have just first aided. And
yeah,
in hindsight, he didn't think the Druid would get there so quick, obviously.
Yeah, that Druid with the aggressive boots pop and just got in there and got right on top of him. That was really cool.
Yeah, but if he first aided straight away, he might have been fine enough to the point where they could have lived. But
all right, shit, yo. Thanks to everybody for the follows and the subs, guys. I appreciate you guys hanging out, watching, chatting. Giving me info on some of the 29's abilities and stuff like that to look for. A lot of fun. I like commentating. I've been trying to improve. But doing a lot of war song commentary. That was my first arena commentary, so hopefully I did okay.